So that is the full plot of this series. So everybody's
Oh
good
my
on that?
god,
We got
man!
There's so many
What do you mean Rivallon's gonna die by the end, you bastard?
Well, we gotta prepare you now. You gotta read your script.
Yeah. And you know we got it.
The writers came down with it.
We gotta see Isaac go to toe to toe.
You're the writer!
Oh no, that's the public. You're getting confused. That's the public front. I got a team.
Yeah.
If you start pointing to the kid and saying he's the writer, I'm calling bullshit. He hasn't even laid out the whole table in his paws yet.
I've hired him for a reason. I mean, he's taking a break right now.
He's a PR
Literally taking a break.
Yeah.
He's the human relations guy because he pulled him out and everyone goes, "Oh," from the thing.
I hate you. You're killing my character. Oh.
He also functions as HR, so when somebody gets fired, they're not as.
You take him out. He slaps the note down on the table that just says you're fired, and the guy goes, "Aww."
I want to be angry, but I can't. It's a kitten.
So.
I'm so conflicted.
So, yeah, we're back.
3 weeks in a row, guys.
I know. We're gonna break a record. I don't know what our longest streak was, but I think it was actually fairly high.
It was.
Yeah.
So, hopefully we can get back to that.
Yeah.
So, we had a bit of a game last week.
No, we didn't. I sat down and meditated a whole fucking ton.
We had a bit of a game, except for one person due to his own choices.
It wouldn't have mattered anyway. I wouldn't have been part of the fight.
Oh, you would have. They just wouldn't have shot you.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yeah. But
Hello, Richard.
you all teleported into an ancient city in the middle of a forest. Were confronted by the apparitions of the past. Ran from them. And have now escaped, seemingly, from these apparitions. A bit of some moments with Rivallon and his character and his past, trying to confront and understand it, but fortunately, this was not the place to do so. But you all escaped with relatively unharmed. Physically, maybe not emotionally. And you now stand, actually you're all at a little campsite you made outside of the forest, in a plain, in the middle of nowhere.
Everybody, get your camp, pack it away as quiet as you can, and we'll leave Isaac asleep in his underwear.
I think there's a river around the corner.
I am Rivallon. I'm an evil bastard, in case you didn't realise.
See,
there's a river around the corner. Let's float him on that instead.
see,
Yeah!
you're not Rivallon right now on Midget's stream. You are Yutari Onzo. I am surely only my rival Zone Gaming. So you got the wrong people.
We didn't have a.
No,
yeah,
no, I did it. I did it. You just weren't paying attention.
No, you was paying attention to your phone.
Oh shit! Midge is behind Rival.
Oh shit! Well, Mage is always behind Rival.
Put that tongue away if you're behind me, you man.
So.
I mean, I'm trying to. Hold on, I've got to resize Mikey's camera because he's like at the bottom of it. It's really hard trying to make. No, but like.
Change your focal points.
You're a 6-foot-odd man, and like 90% of the frame is just green above you.
I'm sorry, I've got to see this. I've got to see
I've
this.
got it. Oh, wait.
I know
I've
I've
got it here,
adjusted
don't
it now, but like
There he is.
this is what it was
No,
like
that's
before.
me.
No, it's Midge.
It was like
All right. Okay.
I'll conduct everything from here. So that Midge has to deal with the worst framing ever.
well, I've readjusted everything now.
I love this chair. All right. But yes, you exited the north side of. Actually, yeah, you were. Did you head north or west? I forget off the top of my head. I've got it marked down somewhere here.
We ran for it. I think it's a technical term.
I walked.
I'm trying to. I'm getting your exact location.
So that he can know what's nearby to kill us.
Maybe. So. All right.
You said there was a road. You think that we
Yes.
think there's a road sort of going across the field that we're camped in, sort of.
Usten, you can see a road in the distance to the north of
Yeah.
you,
Mhm.
going in a north or north-south kind of direction.
However, it is also like 2 a.m., right?
Yeah, so we
Over
don't
there.
necessarily know directions at the moment.
And we've also been awake a long time because we left the abbey at like 2 in the morning, then we got here, and it was not
It's about
as much
fo-
night,
It's about 4 a.m. right now, where you're at.
which is why everybody else is going to sleep except for
Yeah.
Rivallon, because Rivallon's already meditated for the day.
Yep.
All right.
Big snooze.
All right.
Mostly be sleeping.
Yep.
Bored.
Go ahead.
I'm bored.
Session's
Why
waking
everyone
up,
asleep?
You're probably
Ashes.
thinking about things.
See, Rivallon is the I sleep meme right now. Well, sleep goes to the past, I sleep. Party having a
I'm back.
snooze, real shit.
But we go ahead.
I use my command word to get my Raven to. And then go and shit on Isaac.
That is something that happened. You did find a figure of wondrous power, I believe is what it's called. You found a white
What's
raven.
the command red?
I'm not telling you.
Yeah,
what is-
Okay.
Silver Raven, yeah.
Silver raven. But
Go
yes,
shit
if
on
you
Isaac.
would all do you are you actually okay. All right.
Because I have to
Alright.
wait 2
you
days before I can do it
question
again
it.
otherwise.
The fact that you question it makes it even better.
Well,
Like, you
I
sure?
make sure. Yeah. But if you all head back to sleep, you rest. Rivallon, you go through the final part of the night and on your watch. Nothing really goes on. Nothing really happens. It just the sun starts peeking over the horizon after a while, and you do see you were just in a fairly featureless plain. There's grass going out for a while, kind of rolling hills, a couple of clumps of trees and bushes and things. It's like an unclaimed field, essentially. It is managed from the looks of it, but it's definitely not like recent, like clear cut or anything. This is just a place that's been kind of worked up to a point, and you can see a thick forest kind of just starting at one point, which is the part that you came from. Other than that, from where you're at, you wouldn't really be able to see too much. But it is morning now. As everybody begins to awake.
Lazy
Say
bastard.
around 7.
Sorry.
Around 7 a.m.
I don't think so.
She's not a
Crawls out of
morning
bed and looks around like it's a normal morning for her.
Isaac's already been up and prayed. By the time everyone else is
Ooh,
like done.
he's actually prayed.
He has been praying every day.
Praise the sun.
But it's not a I want to try and contact the other world sort of
No,
pray.
that seems like a bad idea.
That seems like
I think actually prays in this pose.
No. In that pose.
T-pose! T-pose praise the sun!
Assert dominance.
But you
I'm just gonna sit and enjoy my pasta and not choke on it.
He almost died right there.
Well,
I
I'm
mean, you
trying
can try. But yes,
So,
you
yeah, breakfast.
you all wake. Got plenty of firewood can be found, even if you don't go into the thick forest that you came from. You see no spirits. when
I'd
you look
also like
towards her.
to make a point that I should be able to find food, especially given the kind of terrain, thanks to my ability. So people should not be using rations, right?
It would take you. You would have to take time to do so, and I would
I
say
would.
it would be a little limited, because you wouldn't. Well, unless you wanted to go into the forest,
Hmm.
to hunt.
I'll go to the
Mm.
forest.
I can supplement that.
Okay.
I mean, it saves
no,
on
if-
rations.
Yeah, if you spend a little extra time than normal, but you're able to find some supplemental food for everybody, to kind of enough to live off of. It's a little thin for the full party, but it's doable.
We'll survive.
Yeah. But yes, you do
Throws in
know
some of that salted pork that we had because we
you
had
do know
like
for
400
certain.
kilos of it.
Yeah, you do know for certain there is a road to your north. It's much easier to see now in the day. About a mile off.
I do not know this area very well, but with them ghosts and stuff, does anyone know roughly where we are? Which places? And would going on road with our party even make sense? Or would it be just as, if not more dangerous because of local soldiers?
What do we know about the infrastructure here of the successor kingdoms? Like, are they?
We
it
don't even
Ooh.
know which of the successor
Ooh,
kingdoms
that's
we're in.
Actually,
Yeah.
that's the point. If we know we're within something of the successor kingdoms, do I know what their relationship is like with the Utesh, given that I can very much assume the Western people would probably raid them a lot?
Not so much, because the Sunset Mountain Range blocks
alright.
traverse over the mountains, except for one city, Tola, which is a contested area for the most part. Though that would be the Kalan dynasty, and they trade. It depends. It's from clan to clan, tribe to tribe, kind of
Okay.
relation. But
That
they
was my big
trade,
fear.
easily enough between them. Kalan doesn't necessarily have to worry too much because they are one of the most militarily powerful successor kingdoms, and they are very well entrenched. Lots of known for lots of castles and keeps.
Fortify,
in strategic-
fortify.
in strategic areas.
Roger,
Definitely
what's the
doing it.
climate like this morning?
Tolerable. It's definitely the winter months starting to creep in pretty heavily. But you can tell that it's a little chilly, but it's not too bad. Like
It's not like we're on the north coast or anything.
No, definitely not.
Or up a mountain.
Equally
Or-
likely,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it's tolerable. As you get woken.
Coffee.
So
So
We
she's already
assume
got
everybody-
a pot of coffee on along with the breakfast. She's like, she knows at this point.
where do you
Right.
want to go?
Assuming that we're in the successor kingdoms, that Isaac's guy came through for us, we want to go south, don't we?
It depends. We might be in the southern one, in which case we don't want to go south.
Well, the capital is at the most southern peninsula, so
Well,
south.
fine. In which case we're going south.
But obviously, if we find someone on the road or a signpost, then that would be great.
I'm also pretty sure
Breakfast.
that adventurers are a common enough sight around here. Adventurers and mercenaries are pretty common no matter where you go.
I just love how fantasy worlds of there's just bands of roving mercenaries that just exist in this world.
Just bands
They have
of
no
brothers.
allegiance whatsoever. They'll go around fuck everything up if they want to or not.
They'll go and like if you want to give them like 20 gold.
Give them a couple of years, they'll be as powerful as a god.
Yeah. Give him a few
Just a
years.
thing.
You know. The
No,
ones that
we've got
don't
a
die
whole
off in the
fund
first
for the
few months,
kingdom
yeah.
that just we pay them off.
Isn't that sort of basically the backstory for Cannonball though? He was like a D&D adventure. I used to be a D&D adventure just like you, and so I
And
got
I
good
took a
hood.
godhood to the knee.
Yeah.
I just love that aspect of fantasy worlds with D&D.
Well, also, I
It's
don't
just-
imagine every single mercenary group turns out to be like.
You got
No,
you got
not
to
u-
accommodate for
not
the
usually.
TPKs, haven't you? You got to
Yeah.
accommodate for that.
Yeah.
You gotta accommodate TPKs or the people who become like the Roland company, where instead of them doing all the adventuring, they pay lower level people to do it for them.
To be fair, that could also just be another person's very pragmatic D&D group.
Yeah,
Just-
they're like, listen, the best way to deal with this is
They
for
just
all of us to-"
create a mercenary company.
Yeah, they could just like be like, look, listen, we're gonna go out and we're gonna
So-
recruit the dupes from all of the local villagers, and we're going to make ourselves a company.
We'll just rake in cash.
Yeah.
And
And if they die, they die.
That's
Did you see
essentially
Did you see the
Kingmaker.
Reddit post about one where they just went, "We're not going to do any adventuring because we found out the price of sheep in the back of the book is like,
Oh no.
like something like 4 copper for a sheep. It's something ridiculous, but like a bolt of wool is like 3 gold or something like that. So they just basically became
Herders.
shepherds and herders,
Yeah.
and like,
They started up. They started up a
and they
cloth.
crashed the economy of the world that they were in, and like.
They started
It's
up a
that
cloth,
it's like that
of-
meme of that British comedian just like that playing a farmer and just going, got this selling corn. It comes out of the ground. Just like
Oh yeah, I know that one.
started up a cloth empire, destroyed the
so.
economy of the world.
So you're wanting to head south because you have all your mounts and everything.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it's,
Yeah.
you actually have a fairly decent pace that you can handle. So so you're heading towards like the road and just going southerly.
Yep.
Essentially.
All right.
Isaac,
Until we. Yes.
do you have a spare Palorian book? Specifically one with the passage you were talking about?
Well, which passage would? Well, we talk. I talk a lot
The
about
one
Rivallon.
where the
Yes, he does talk a lot of shit.
He does talk a lot of shit. The one where
Hey,
Spicy.
Wow, we're all ganging up on the Palor guy.
guys, let Sesh do her job. Let's
Let me do my bullying, okay?
specifically the passage you were talking about where certain people wanted Palor to come back to this plane.
That's not in the book. That's just wishful thinking of some certain people. There's a section about him possibly coming back in the, but it's more amorphous. The light.
Actually, that's a
It's not-
question for the both of Sesh and for yourself. Is that in? Do you know if any other religions want that?
I mean, I talked about him, and he didn't seem all that interested in it.
He seemed quite happy where he was.
He
When
seemed
you met
he
your
wanted
god.
me to help keep this whole thing from not happening because remember, everybody dies if that happens.
Yes, like Paylor himself, I'm not sure he wants to come back, but will definitely come back if he has to. People on Earth want him to come back so they're on the good side again and have the power. As
So he wants
What
to
is
be
this Earth that you speak of?
Ilarin,
sorry, yes.
what's ER? I don't know this place. Is that some Palorian texture thing?
Then there's
I think it's
little old
pronounced
me.
Earth, sir, but it's got
Yeah.
an A in it.
Earth? Earth? Ugh. What a dirty word. We should just call it dirt.
That's awful. By the way,
No,
That's
I
terrible.
heard that was a joke. I remember from somebody just going like, "You know, our planet's just called dirt, right?" That's
the planet is literally just called dirt.
I think that was a joke from like some debate about Star Trek being like really uninventive with its naming conventions. Just so Vulcans come from Vulcan? Okay. Like, oh, shut up. The Earth's just dirt.
Fair.
Oh, it's good.
Well, I mean, if we discover life on Europa, they'll be Europeans.
Oh.
Yes.
That's
Damn it.
true.
Has my stream gone down?
Yes.
Yeah, it has.
What the
Yep.
fuck? It's still on what? Is this Twitch?
Things are
Refresh it.
dying, folks.
Just
I don't know who I'm
refresh
talking to because the podcast will forever be on someone's hard drive.
it. One day. It may even see the light of day. No, you're offline, bud.
You're definitely offline.
Yeah, it's not even on Discord anymore.
That's fucking weird. Hold on.
So how is everyone?
Lazy son's
Interview
been
tomorrow.
sleeping all day.
I got my second interview tomorrow, which I
Yeah!
told you about,
Yeah,
right?
you do.
I went out and bought a new shirt, new shoes, and a new pair of pants because, well, I didn't buy them because I'm poor because I don't have any money.
You
I
just
may have
called them a
loaned
pair
someone.
of pants.
A pair of chinos actually because I find them a lot more comfortable to walk around in when in work over slacks because slacks chafe when you wear them for 8 or 9 hours. So, at least to me they do. So.
I had to wear blue jeans
Okay,
like to go and get groceries
back.
this week.
God,
And it's the first time I've worn blue jeans
I'm
in
You're like,
3 or 4
continuing
months.
this is
refreshing,
weird.
Mitch.
It's just like, oh, I don't like hard pants.
Oh,
It's
you're back,
like I've
you're
been
back.
wearing
Okay.
sweatpants for months
No idea
now.
what happened there. It didn't even stream labs didn't say I was down or anything. I just turned to my left and saw that it said network error, Twitch, the massive Twitch error. So
Obviously, it doesn't think you're important, Midge.
yeah. Alright.
Ooh.
Continue. Sorry if you guys
We can
missed
continue
anything.
now, can we? Okay, excellent. Yes.
Thank you, sir. May I keep going? My lord?
Another.
May I continue the
for
It's
narration?
almost harvesting season.
Another child. For
My
the fire,
lord?
you old bastard.
But you continue south along the road that you found.
Road to nowhere.
It's a tightly packed dirt road with it's about wide enough for a single wagon to go down it with
Is there
ruts
any
that indicate.
signposts or anything?
Signposts usually are indicated by branches, or the signposts usually appear whenever you have a branch in a path or a crossroad.
But it's just straight.
So that doesn't exist on this road as far as you can tell. It's got it going straight. There are a couple of offshoot paths, like less traveled ones that kind of go in certain directions, but they don't have any signs on them. They just kind of go off. They could be as
They're just roads that only the locals know and use.
you do
That
notice
one
a
leads to
lack
some
of
farm that probably.
yeah. You do notice a lack of farms nearby the road. Like you don't see any for like as you're going. It's not totally flat. It's definitely not the plains. It undulates subtly as you go. There's hills. You can even see way off in the eastern horizon. You can see the caps of mountains just peeking over the horizon as if they're way out that way, which would be the Sunset Mountain Range.
We hope.
Yeah, hopefully.
Or it's the Dwarven Mountain Hold, and we're actually in Titonia.
Yeah,
Yes, Carson,
possibly.
he knows. He knows.
It's back now.
It's back now.
Yeah, little snow caps on some of the taller ones that you can see. But you continue going on for about an hour as you go at a steady pace.
Sesh is going to trot up next to Isaac on his horse and attempt to have a conversation with him. Let's see how this goes. Hey, do you want to talk about what's happening with everything?
There's not much to talk about. We just need to fix this.
You know, this all reminds me of a house built on a bad foundation.
What, like you building a church on the sand? Sorry, I had to.
Well, hey, at least I'm trying to rebuild the church. You're going to have to rebuild one.
This did
church-
not go well.
This church of yours is built upon a bad foundation, and you know it, especially now. But hey, the thing about a foundation is that you can grab yourself a pickaxe, a hammer, and a little bit of elbow grease and an attitude, and change it. Make that church stand for millennia again, for the right reasons this time.
It's more like a god. We need to
Prune the weeds.
work out. Yes, but yes, we just we've got to. I'm less worried about the mortal plane than I am the life past this. That's the thing that scares me.
Well, hey, if there's one person I know who could do what they have to do, it's you.
Well, thank you.
And of course, you have me stand in the way of the arrows and shit next time. So,
I mean,
Set guns. She's terrible with guns.
we've come.
What
a long
about
way.
me?
well, Steve
didn't
is
do
just
that
like,
well
I'm pretty
either."
good against guns. Though.
We've come a long way from me being shanked by an 18-year-old girl in a forest. Let's face it.
No, we haven't really. That hasn't
Yeah,
gone very- that hasn't
have we
gone anywhere.
really though?
I rolled,
I'm still the
I,
sort
rolled,
of-
I rolled a dice as a joke, and I rolled a natural 20, so that's indicating of today's game.
Right, guys, do not get into combat.
A 5-year-old sprints
fight,
out
fight,
of
fight, fight.
a 5-year-old sprints out of the bushes and just jumps on Isaac as like a spider monkey, just starts stabbing him.
In the neck.
Like the kid is
yeah.
Oh,
Oh God.
reaction shield. I like the idea that the reaction shield just pushes the kid off again, like boom. Anyway,
Well, there's an objective here, Isaac, that you now have, and it's, I guess you could say it's secondary to saving the continent first, and then fixing the church. But hey, when this is all said and done, I wouldn't mind helping you out.
thank you.
Ustenia, make a perception check.
Ooh. You see a 5-year-old running out the
7.
Astinia, make a better perception check.
Pumping their arms like
Yeah.
Usain Bolt down that road.
like Get Out, like the Get Out crowd sprinting. Just
Yeah.
Okay, you don't notice anything.
It's my 19.
It is all clear here, boss.
He says,
We are
as,
perfectly
as Isaac's
safe.
going, I don't think there is.
I didn't sign
It's
up
actually
for
a
this.
horde of 5-year-olds with shanks.
Oh God.
And
Even
Isaac
worse.
goes down like the commander of that base inside Day of the Living Dead or whatever it is.
Oh boy.
Choke on it! He starts going down.
Pain on a grenade as he goes down.
Yes, the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch.
But you continue going for another 20 minutes before all of you are able now to see slight wisps of smoke coming from just over the horizon. Just slight wisps.
Ooh.
About 10 or 15 peeking
what
over.
colour's the smoke?
God, the entire country hates us. Not just the forests, not just the people. The entire nation hates us.
What colour is the smoke?
Like light gray.
Okay.
Like chimney stoke.
Okay, that's what I was.
Everything-
I was
everything
asking.
changes.
Technically, I could say that it depends on exactly what you're burning in the chimney, because you could be very, very well black if you're burning things like that are high in carbon content. But whatever. It's,
All wet.
We're not electing a pope here, okay?
you don't know
Goddamn.
that.
I didn't know that they elected Pale Orient church leader down here.
Huh.
Seems unlikely it will be here.
But yeah, you see some wisps of smoke over the horizon. Just down the road as
I
you continue
think
going.
we should stop and maybe, I don't know, buy Isaac a map.
Well, no,
Stop
it's
it
not
where?
It's not that Isaac doesn't
I-
have a map. It's that we don't know where we are on
Us-
the map.
Ustinia looks around to see that there's just nothing, and he's just like, "Stop where?"
At the village we're coming up to.
Oh, we
I'm
are
also-
coming out of it.
I'm also pretty sure Isaac already has a map.
But it's a
We don't
village.
know where we
Why
are.
would they sell maps?
I don't
Excuse me,
have-
poor person living in muck. Do you have map for sale?
Well, they might be elven,
No,
so they
no
might
me
take
lord!
offense.
I barely have things to feed me children.
I don't
Spare
even
an
have
eighth of a
clothes.
copper for my life savings.
That sounds like something the actual peasants of England would have said.
Where's your lord? We don't have a lord, just a cartographer.
Well, that's better.
We threw off our shackles and are living in an anarcho-socialist commune.
Oh god. If some more retard knows the similar me, it does not make me emperor. No, okay, continue.
I'm your king. Who's king? You're king.
Other, but
Didn't
No,
vote
you're
for you.
Just because some watery tart gives you a sword does not make you a king.
All right, come here.
Help, help, I'm being
that's
arrested.
different.
Focus, guys.
We progress towards the
I'm
smooth
hyper
road
focused.
ahead of
I'm just letting you go.
Rifle's
And
got
roll.
right
I hold
away.
all the power. If I don't pull back on this leash, you guys just fucking go out. So, like, okay. So if you continue going, in about another 5 minutes, you crest over a small line of hills, and you see a small village ahead of you. Hold on a second. I wonder if I actually put this in here. Pardon me.
That was disgusting. But it was good effort.
I'm back.
Are you sure
Welcome
about
back. Welcome back, rival.
I'm not gonna have giggles. No.
Would you like to share with the rest of the class?
that? What's so funny, kid? Don't
He's
you think
just got
everybody in the class would
giggles.
like laugh?
I've just got the giggles now. I'm
So,
fine.
you had
My face hurts.
think of it as like ab exercises. That's what's happening right now.
Yeah. We're all getting abs in this place.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
Oh, I'd be fucking henge.
it's a north-south road. You see not a lot of buildings. They're widely spaced out, and there are even a couple of farms on the edges that kind of like encircle this small area. It doesn't look too active. Like, there are people you can see kind of in the distance, Ustennia especially, because you can see like their pupils.
You can see the whites of their eyes. Start firing.
What, so they're all teachers?
You know, in a way, we are all teachers. We're all teaching our children into being a perpetual state of slavery to the autocracy.
You mud-covered man, where are we?
Now Roach is gone.
We killed him. We did
It was just- yeah, that's what got me. Is I started having just a little giggle right as I drank, and I about died. So, because I was just thinking, yes, off to the side, not too far away from you, you see somebody working a field.
Are they collecting mud?
Pull the
Is
pin
it-
on this.
Is it
1,
cabbages?
2,
What are we talking
5,
about?
3.
It's like they're like they've got like a
Artichokes.
hoe, like a hoe, and they're just they're getting the field, like they're just managing the field. And it just looks like staple crops that they're managing.
Human, elven, other.
He looks to be of average humanoid height for
That does not help in any way,
a
shape, or form.
multitude. for a multitude of various species.
Okay, I jump off my horse and go, "Excuse me, good sir."
Let's
Oh,
hope
there
they
he
like
goes.
What? It's almost harvesting season.
One of these days, I'm gonna run a D&D campaign where I have a set list of ambient like statements that NPCs will state, and just like
My lord!
what do you know about the like? You'll just go up to them. What do you know about the Goblin Village? Cold this time of year.
Okay, so that's an NPC that can't actually help us. Okay, we need to find someone in red.
Muggle spawn in, then a Muggle spawn in. They'll just go.
Cold this time of year.
Cold this time of year.
Find the named NPCs. The non-named ones don't say anything.
Yeah, that tavern keeper's charging way too much for his ale.
Have you heard about the price of bread? Sort of things.
Cold
Then
this
after
time
you
of
do
year.
something, you know, like something after you've done something to that affects like the whole village.
Dari's gone. Dari's gone.
He go. That man go. Somebody get that man a defibrillator. He go.
Oh, I missed you guys so much.
I've got someone in my chat going, "This is going to be a fun session."
It is.
Charging 80 cc's of NPC banter!
Give me 25 milligrams of funny now, quickly.
Oh god.
Good
my
morning,
belly.
Mum. That was to you, Mog. We're going back to this. I kept track.
We've just been travelling for this road for some time, and we're not quite sure where we are anymore. Do you know what country we're in? That's always a good start.
What country you're in?
Yes, we kind of
We have
we
gotten
found our way
lost.
here accidentally.
We got lost on the trails coming over from mountains yonder. We are on small mission of trying to do trade good.
Make a deception check. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know.
I'm not
I'll
gonna say
give
we
him
teleported
advantage.
here.
No, I get it. It's just that you don't understand how
Possible? That's the thing.
Oh, am I okay? So
deception. You don't
Deception with
necessarily understand how
advantage.
impossible this might be.
yeah, with 5, that's dropping a 4. Yeah.
Well, it's not my place to really question where you came from. You're in Pale Leaf, which is on the west coast.
Of what nation?
You're in Killarn.
Thank you. Okay.
Toss him
Guys,
a
we're in the
gold
right
piece.
place.
Thank
do
you.
you have a place where I can feed my poor horse? I will pay a good price.
Well, I don't. I mean, he just kind of looks questioningly at the vast fields of grass.
Like, look at all this greenery, bruh.
No, my horse. The grass is okay, but I was hoping for something, a bit better, special. Special.
You mean
feed.
a stable?
Yes, but if they have feed, my horse, I like to treat it right. You
Well,
treat your
full
horse right,
price
it
they
carry
might.
you far.
I don't know that, sir. I don't own a horse.
The rich only own horses around here. He says, looking at all 5 of us on horses.
I'm assuming you're
don't-
going south for the celebration. A Stiddlass.
Yes, we are.
Ah, makes sense with the. Right, I'm gonna get back to it.
Well, this is for your trouble, and I give him a gold.
He's like, holy fuck!
He eyes it incredibly suspiciously.
You can.
Bite it if you want.
Bite it if you
It's
want.
more like-
Would you like another to compare it with? Toss him a gold.
Oh, come on, stop
Like-
trying to give him that fake
What?
gold. I
No.
toss him a gold.
Go on.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna. You never saw me. Just start going.
I could really scare this guy. I cast banishment on him. No. Just-
He's got a -2. He's got a -1 to whatever the fucking check that's gonna be. So go ahead.
Just popped into a thing.
Can I polymorph him for a while?
Are you really going?
You're
to...
evil.
Wow.
Are you... What's your alignment?
I bonked Isaac.
Lawful
bonked him.
good, so I'm not doing that. This is
Okay,
man.
I pull out the spray bottle of like.
but
40 barrels of
he
water.
seems to he seems
chaotic, neutral. Isaac is lawful good.
yeah he's hightailing it back to his little cabin / hut. That's
Of a home.
bit further off to the side of the with his 5 kids.
Hey,
one of them
Alyssa.
not.
At least 5 kids.
Yeah.
I think we've made
definitely.
his year. Okay, let's go.
I think
You
we
met-
actually scared
you-
him.
you made his 6 months, if I recall, like an average farmer's
Yeah,
like
give or take.
income. Yeah.
You've just covered Christmas for him and all his kids, if he's got them. If they
Yeah. And little
What's
Timmy with
Christmas?
the limp. Oh,
It's a Palorian
Hey-
thing.
yeah. You mean Pamus?
Payments.
Pamus. They're trying to take the Bleth Palor out of it, but it's got pay in the name. It's got it in the name.
Sometimes they revert to a
I
Starmus.
think we might have
I'm
got-
sorry. No,
Topical.
I had to stop too because I realized just how stupid my own joke was. So we'll move on.
Very topical.
Very
So, is there anything we need to pick up in this village?
Yeah, a map.
The village map isn't
Some
loading
nice-
for me.
It's loaded for me now.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm guessing that we just
The
came in
village
where-
map is someone's head. Like, they don't have maps.
So my assumption is that like we came in where that lone little
Yes.
hut is to the side there.
Well, you came in like right on the edge because there's like a hill or hill marker.
Oh
so
yeah,
you came
yeah.
over the hill.
Over the hill and far away.
Yes. But yeah, you see, it's like probably less than 50 buildings grand total. A lot far less than that. In the whole of the village.
Is there any market or shops where we could sort of get something decent for dinner?
Ustenia, you see a few small like buildings that look to be some sort of business establishment that aren't like that are most likely not totally just
HIP.
dwellings.
So the
There
village
is-
pub.
Yeah, it looks to be like a larger building at the other side of the village from where you're at that has a couple of horses tied up in front of it, with a smaller building next to it. You see what maybe looks like a bakery midway into the town. Just pretty small industry, pretty small village. Probably less than 300 people in here, which is probably indicated by the population
Which you have written.
is on the map. Yes.
Is the population written on the map? Oh, yeah.
Bottom right hand corner, yep.
Oh yeah.
That's right. Let's roll for that.
I'm assuming we're just gonna go into the town now after we scared the bejesus out of this guy.
Yeah.
Sorry, the Vapaler out
Fresh
of this
bread
guy.
would be nice. Also, a length of time that we might be on the road to the city. I think we
Yeah,
should
I'm-
ask that.
Yeah.
Ask for directions to the capital.
Exactly.
Well, I'm. So like.
I'll
we're
leave
trotting
that
in-
to
And
The
can we
map
ask them what the
nerd.
fuck's going on with the weird forest? that's.
I mean, that was quite a distance away, though, right from here. That was like an hour's distance.
I
away.
mean, it's a couple hours.
Yeah,
I
that's not
mean,
like
they
that's not
still
walking.
will
distance.
know about it.
In
That's-
before they do know about
There's
it, and it's
gonna be
just
ghost
like,
stories.
oh, we got, you know.
Oh,
Guardian
you were
spirit.
inside of the kill forest. Yeah, don't go there.
I see you found the forest of death. Right.
Next time, avoid it.
Funny story, why it's called that.
Right. So yes.
It was discovered by Manfred von Death. Really, that's what it was.
Actually,
Oh,
describe
Funny
it.
coincidence.
The Death family are still in the area.
Yeah.
Although, their
Fun
holdings
days.
are quite diminished.
Right.
Right.
Mog's
What
gonna.
the fuck is what the fuck is going on? Fucking-
I don't know what is wrong with us today.
Supply directions. Let's go.
Right. Okay.
Mog's going to the bakery because she fancies something sweet.
I'm going with
All right.
Mog.
So, okay. So, mind's eye, everybody here. You are 5 heavily armored and armed individuals walking down a road in the middle of nowhere in bumfuck Kalan Dynasty. It's just- you're basically 5 commandos just walking into,
We are
like,
the SAS walking into who knows where Iraq.
yeah. So yeah, you turn a few
Alright.
heads.
We'll call it a draw.
You turn you turn a couple of heads as you walk in. Not a lot of people confront you for whatever reason. You do see 2 guards that you can identify. One's like at the one major crossroad in the town, just kind of sitting sitting on a stool with maybe a 60 or 70-year-old guy, and they're playing the equivalent of checkers. When you come in, and they're just
What the fuck?
just
Mhm.
I'm going
Just
to
like-
dismount there and try and strike a conversation.
I'll be right back with you, Fred. As he gets up and just takes his pole arm.
Fred is just sitting there staring still like,
I'm going to be all
Fred's
smart.
just playing. Fred's got like little tiny glasses, and he's just like looking at the board, just going. He hadn't noticed you at all.
Excuse me.
Yes.
We're trying to head to the capital. Which direction would we need to travel in?
Point south down the main road. The only other road out of the town that's paved. Well, that's packed.
How long a journey is it?
It's a
Would you estimate?
couple of days ride, maybe.
Okay, thank you.
You're on.
Quick question: you don't happen to know any local ghost stories or anything, do you?
Gotta take it back by that. You'd have to define what you mean. Are you
Any
not from?
haunted- Sorry, I'm all the way from the Cardinal Empire. I'm
I don't know where that is.
exactly. I'm
Exactly.
I'm from quite a long way, but
Channeling that middle class, just like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
from
You
here.
wouldn't understand. You wouldn't get it.
I don't know where that is. Exactly.
That
we
proves that I am
are
better than you.
significantly richer than you.
well, you see, good sir, that's because we're better than you. Right. Yeah, I get that. If you mean the forest, like to the east.
He means the one that's grown up around a old elven village. It's full of ghosts.
Oh yeah.
do you know what the story behind that is at all, or is there someone in town that might?
Well, I mean, you don't go at night because you get hit by the hollows.
Yeah, we found that one the hard way, but
Oh.
why
Oh, it's-
why are there hollows?
Don't know, just is.
Cool.
Don't know, just it.
Cool.
You're talking to the nephew of the sheriff. It's
Is
just
there-
like,
Is there anybody in town that might know a bit more?
hey, Fred! Fred! Just gonna get your face down. It's fine. Just a cat staring at me like an asshole.
It was just like, bitch. What the
I
fuck?
was sleeping! Remember
Why
that
can't-
side I was going to do you with?
Your cat didn't even
Roach,
move.
you are an adequate owner. Forget it!
My cat hadn't even moved up to that point for an hour.
He's actually.
My cats would have run down the stairs outside and then come back at me at my window on the
Oh no, he's a chill bastard. He doesn't give a shit. unless something moves, then he gives a shit. Like, hey Duke.
Nope.
Nope.
No. No. That wasn't his favorite one.
He's like, fuck it. I'm too lazy.
He has two red ones
Back in
and
a
one's
bit.
a slightly deeper shade of red that he likes, and he'll chase that to the ends of earth.
Are you sure he's not a bull?
That's
And,
it.
Fred like looks up. Oh, you're tall.
Looking at the Dragonborn.
Believe
No,
I'm
looking
on
at
the-
people on horses.
Dragonborn's with me in the bakery.
We're strolling past him towards the bakery.
Me and my... It's Fred, isn't it?
Yeah.
Me and my friends ended up in a forest not too far from here and came up against...
Oh, shouldn't do that.
Well, we found that one out. You don't happen to know the legend, the story behind why there's ghosts there?
Oh well.
He reaches for a book.
Well, in front of your vision, there's a loading bar.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Or
like to think
it's asking you to put another disc in.
Go get some Cheerios then.
Insert disc 5 from page 2 of your installation manual.
Look, do you
So
guys
many
remember
pages.
PC Games came up with like 4 discs for 1 gigabyte?
No, 'cause it was
Yeah, I
the way
remember that.
once, and the camera's up now. I'll leave it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember that.
I remember
worry,
when Dawn of War 2 came on, Dawn of War 1 came
Don't
on.
worry, Utari's gone, Rival's gone. Like always, me and Roach and Mikey here will carry the franchise.
Oi!
Let's go. Oh, hi, Red.
I like how you almost forgot about me, but then you actually forgot about Red, which made me more annoyed.
Mother fracker.
You son of a bitch.
Oh yeah, that's those are the ruins of Yedor. It's an old elven city.
Yeah, door.
How long?
Yankee India Delta Oscar Romeo.
I take it it's been in ruin then since the
Since the conquest.
conquest. Yes.
A lot of people died there. That's probably where the hollows come from. You should probably avoid it. Hollows come out at night.
Well, thank you. What? Does anybody else have any questions for the guard and the old man, or?
I'm not there. I'm going to get bakery stuff. I want a Danish or some shit, man.
I'm back.
I hand the guard and the old man 2 silver pieces each
What the fuck?
for your time, and I get
Alright.
back and go wait outside the bakery.
The old man's like, I'll pay for my new liver with this.
I've been looking at the checkers board and just sort of watching it, really. Observing it.
Yeah, you're
What?
pretty sure. You're pretty sure
Oh,
Fred's
Actually,
Fred's winning.
Insult to injury, I'll give them each an Illyrian piece from the other, from the Elven nation.
Fuck is this?
Oh, well, okay.
Money
They
is
both
money.
take it. They both take it. The guard goes, do you need an escort out of town? Or I'm not sure what the protocol is here.
Enjoy your game.
Just don't cause no trouble, or I'll have to deal with you.
There's this like 16-year-old scrawny kid.
You can certainly try, and I ride down the road.
Oh.
Oh, he's like, damn it! Now I feel like even less work.
I was gonna say, well, if things go south, they're gonna be seeing a lot more of those coins soon. Anyway,
Wow.
for a second, I thought you were gonna say things go south. We could run this place.
yes,
Things-
set up our own mighty
we
settlement.
ever like, retire, we could just take over this place, and
Why would I do that? Why do I want to retire in crappy tiny village when I have whole tribe back home?
he's like, I have whole tribe.
I'm brother of
You know, yeah, you know my brother's chief.
There is the
Like, I
sick
can live a cushy life, man. Have all the women I ever wanted. It's great.
Why the fuck am I even here? Bye.
second largest yurt in town with my name on it. Literally, Mama embroidered it.
I genuinely feel that a lot of the party just tends to forget that Estynia is basically nobility as well. It's that anti-nomad bias creeping in.
Mog doesn't
I mean,
forget.
you know what? In Stesh's case, it probably is, because lots of raiders in her area, so,
But
that
yeah,
app
you,
is like, instead of it being like, hot singles, it's like raiders raiding your village in your area, and I'm like, ah, damn it again! God damn it!
Mog and Sesh, you bypass this sequence, keep going deeper into town, to the other side, to the midpoint in town, where you see a slightly large building, with a couple of chimneys with smoke pouring out of them, and a little glass pane with hand painted on the front of it is Rose's Bakery.
Cute.
This looks like the place for me.
Yeah, Sesh will duck in the door, because,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little short. It's a little short.
it's
I mean,
actually a
you know, they
ran bakery.
it's it's smaller than normal as well because they're all peasants, which means they're malnourished and their height doesn't reach the average. The lower end.
She's actually looking around, kind of like, huh, these people get looked after pretty shittily around here.
Yeah, you have no idea. But you duck in, and you see a counter. It's fairly open. Flour kind of cakes a lot of the surfaces around here. It doesn't look like it gets cleaned, like dusted too much, but there's flour everywhere. And you hear some clacking and the sounds of movement from beyond a divider wall, deeper into the building.
Hello.
Sesh removes her helmet.
One moment.
No problem.
Is there a display, or is it just waiting?
For some reason, I got a frog in my throat now.
It's all the
All
laughing.
these voices. Yeah, it's all the laughing and it's all the voices. Also, I don't raise my voice that often, so that one throwaway joke probably fucked me over for the whole night. Yeah. After a few minutes, there is no display or anything like that because that requires glass to separate it, and that's expensive. So there's no real displays. But you do smell the smell of baked goods permeating the interior of the building. And a few minutes later, a halfling girl comes out of
Of
the
course.
doorway.
Rose's
Comes out of the
Bakery.
doorway.
Has to be a halfling.
Rose's Bakery. Yep, this is all. You sons of bitches. This is all ad lib. So. Think I had any of this fucking worked out?
No.
So Rose comes out. She is a mid-size, like a normal-sized halfling girl, probably mid-20s. Has red hair and kind of freckles.
Enjoys walks on the beach.
Walks on the beach. Prefers a taller man.
Or woman. We don't know how she swings.
He does.
Or
He
non,
does
or
actually
non,
know.
or
I would
non-binary
know.
entity. We gotta include everybody in here.
I would technically know since I'm creating her right now.
But you do have to include non-binary.
She
entities
comes
in
out
there.
as an amorphous blob of a being and slowly gets filled in as she walks towards you, like some
Yep.
sort of horror show.
It's like a loading screen,
Just comes out of the back end, just going, hello.
Oh, we're on one today, boys. Who the fuck was that?
I just choked real hard. Oh, okay.
Well, let's point out, I'm being the sensible one right now. Do you realise how
Can we just,
fucked up that is?
Time out. Deep breath.
Okay.
Deep breaths, everybody.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Time out. Deep breaths.
I was gonna make a cottagecore lesbian joke, and now it's like, oh, it's all gone.
Two guys.
And we've got the cat in the background just going, and I don't give a shit.
He's just like, my dad's being a weirdo.
It's fine. It's fine. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. She comes out, halfling, gets up on a little stool to get up on the to kind of get on, not your level, because for you, but like level of the counter. Hello, haven't seen you around here before. What?
Hi, I'm Sesh. This is Mog.
Hi.
Hello.
Like some bread.
Can we have some? And do you have anything sweet, like cakes or biscuits or other tasty treats?
Before we go any further, could everyone please say happy birthday, Richard, for my viewer whose birthday it is, and he's saying this is the best birthday present ever.
Happy birthday.
I'm not sure if that's I'm not sure if that's a commentary on your normal birthdays.
Load had to go there, you son of a bitch.
Because this is objectively shit.
Happy birthday, Richard.
Have a lovely day.
I hope your day is nothing but up because there's a very low bar to beat.
Because you're starting pretty low right now.
Oh, you're all fuckers. Now.
What do you expect?
Well, you
How's
must
it
be
red
due to
there?
the fact she swore.
Yeah, when Red
Yeah,
swears, I die. That's how that works.
That's what made me almost choke again.
My lungs don't agree with me doing that.
I could make something sweet. That's not normally what I do, but I can give you bread. Do you have a specific amount or kind that you're looking for? I could.
Well, I'll probably eat a loaf to myself. You?
I'll take a loaf as well.
I will
Okay.
take 5 loaves, please.
5 Oh, all right.
We're all this size and we're all hungry.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. I'll be right back.
Dash plops a hand on Mog's shoulder and says, "Mog is the shortest of us."
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. All right. Heads back behind the counter or divider wall. Comes back out with a little basket. They are loaves that are halfling sized.
Ah, I see. Yeah.
So
In
Loaves.
before you guys buy up most of what stock she actually had, and then all the peasants starve because we singularly bought ill.
We bought out
it's
this
a
entire shop.
it's a closed system. There's
Well-
it's a closed system. You're disrupting it as an invasive species. and then you-
We're just riding through here like Mansa Musa. Just
All we're doing is putting money into the local
Except
economy.
except in the case of the first guy, you weren't just like making it rain. You were pelting him with gold pieces, essentially.
instead of being like a gentle rain of $1 bills, it's just a giant wad of.
It's a hailstorm.
like
Please
hit-
don't. The raiders will come.
We're just increasing the settlement values. So the raid parties go. Yeah.
It's like Mountain Blade 2. Oh, that settlement's pretty hefty. Let's go do that.
Like the mechanic in Rimworld, people just start funding you with items, or you start getting like, oh, you dropped a load of gold. Okay, your settlement value's tripled. Here comes mechanoids.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm turning up my fan, so if it does get bad, let me know, because it's hot in here.
I
Spicy.
saw what the weather might be in your bit of the world, and I thought, oh dear, I'm glad I'm not there.
Oh yeah, no, it's been you'll have to convert this into Celsius on your own. It's been routinely 80 degrees on the coolest part of the day.
Nope.
In this area of the country for about a week. In my room, it's been 86 degrees every day.
27.
30 degree. That's 30 degrees Celsius dead on for 86.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
In my room.
80 is 26.6667. Repeating.
Yep.
No, thank
Every
you.
day. It's amazing. It's great.
It's,
and I live in a
it's
brick
just-
house,
it's
so
a
it doesn't
big
get any
boy.
better. Yes. It's an oven. She comes back, there's the 5 lives. Are this gonna be enough, or do you want more? I just got out a batch. If
Fresh?
you're
Double it. Give us 10.
double, okay. Take this. I'll be right back. Goes, brings back another basket. Right. Here you go. That's gonna be what the fuck's a bread?
Loaf
Loaf
of
of
bread is like
bread.
a copper or some shit.
It's gotta be, yeah, it's 5
5e loaf. It just shows you a picture of a fox.
There's gotta be a price for it. There's gotta be a fucking price for it.
I'm pretty sure I remember seeing this in the player's handbook or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So do I.
2 copper piece.
Okay,
give her
so
2
10
silver.
will be 20.
Thank you. As for the sweet thing, how long are you gonna be in town? I could make something.
Give her a gold. It's so much easier.
Just
Um,
dunk. Keep the change.
I think we're just pretty much riding through. But thank you
That
for
makes
the bread.
sense. Not a lot here.
But thank you for the bread. And
Lovely bakery.
it is a lovely
Thank
bakery.
you.
It smells delicious.
Yeah,
And this
it's one
smells
of our
delicious.
only lifelines for sustenance.
That's dark, man.
Dark.
That's
So
dark.
dark.
You've walked into a village of they understand their lot in life.
They're like, we were probably gonna all die before.
They're
we turned
very
35,
honest.
but you know,
Yeah.
there we go.
No, thank you. It's I made it myself. Well, I made the sign myself.
Nice work.
For the temperature thing, it's about 18 in the middle of England as well.
Fuck
But
you.
half as hot as it is in the spicy land of where roaches.
Illinois, which is the only time somebody will refer to Illinois as spicy.
Where do you live? Illinois. Couldn't be more bland.
No, it could be more bland. It's the only thing that it's
You
the
could live in
only other state that's-
Ohio.
No, Ohio's got more than that. I'm talking about Iowa.
Ah, yeah. You couldn't live in Missouri.
No, Missouri's more actually spicy. A lot of people hate each other there.
You could live in Minnesota. No, that's not the right state, is it? I think.
Just stop naming them. So,
There's 50 to go
Seats.
through. Let's stop now.
Yeah. We got a few more to go. Let's call it there.
50? I'll be dead in the ground before I recognize Alabama.
Sweet home, Alabama.
They know what they did.
Their sister.
Wow.
Fuck!
Yes, exactly. Exactly what he said.
Wow,
exactly what
Mikey,
it
you were
means.
just on point with that. That was no time. That was fucking
That was
great.
fast. That was. Whoa.
I caught myself off guard with that one. Holy shit.
Oh wow! I did not expect that. Yeah, no. You take the bread. You take the bread. You take the bread is wrong today. Come on. Focus. We got D&D to play. God damn it.
Oh, Mikey's gone.
Mikey's dead.
It was your own joke, Mike.
Got it, man. I don't know. I didn't expect that to come out of my mouth.
It's your mouth.
What did your brain lag?
My mean,
Utami's
wouldn't
gone
be the
again.
first time. It wouldn't be the first time this happened, Roach.
This isn't. This we can't use any of this for the podcast.
Midge is just. I'm never editing this
It's,
again.
it's
because of all
gonna
the
be
bullshit.
20 minutes of laughing. Cut.
The worst bit is, it's like I know when I do edit the podcast, I try to find a single line that we all crack over, like just before everything that goes on. This is gonna be a whole podcast in itself of just laugh track.
Hey, look, you can
Fuck
take the
it, I
laugh
can
track.
cut this up and sell it as Foley. Let's
Yeah,
go.
you can take this laugh track out and use it elsewhere for other stuff because it's great.
Talk shows would love this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, right?
Fuck me.
The only thing I will mention is that if you do that, I expect a royalty.
Yeah. So, you take your bread, and leave. Please.
The cat is moving. The cat is alive.
He's back.
The cat's lying back down.
Yeah.
It's too hot for the cat.
You goddamn right it is. He keeps trying to get in the refrigerator.
Yeah, that's happened here before, where like our dogs have been like, "Fuck, man, that refrigerator looks real good at this point."
Weirdly, my cats keep trying to get in the oven. I don't know what that's about.
No, that's not good.
That's suicidal, mate.
Yeah. What are you doing to those cats? Ooh. Not feeding them every second? So yeah, you leave, please. And you and at
And
this
just as
point,
they're leaving, Rivallon goes in.
Isaac takes off down the road. Let's just go to the capital.
Chandra's like, this place is depressing.
I don't even know if they know what a god is here.
Man,
Yeah, you
Oh,
don't see a
God.
church.
if
Oh,
Theodore's
The,
forgotten
the
about one
fanciest
on this
place
planet-
in this town is a 2-story brick build, like stone brick kind of building. That's the inn. That's the fanciest. That's the
If there's
fanciest
one place
inside
on this
town.
planet
Wow,
where
it's
gods are
great.
forgotten, it's here.
And yeah, there's a
Harsh.
couple. As you go as a group walking down the road on your mounts, you again turning heads. People are paying attention to you, but not like approaching you at all. But you do see on the other
Alright.
end of town, as you approach it on the main road, you see an inn. From the looks of it, it has a couple of horses tied up in the front, kind of lashed to the front. But other than that, it doesn't look like there's much else going on in the town, village, hovel.
I'm sorry, I'm distracted by the kitten.
What are you doing?
The way he's over your shoulder, I can't help it. I'm sorry.
Hey, dude.
Oh, there's a
What are you doing?
gnat on the there's a gnat like crawling down the bed, and he's looking at it.
He's like, I'm gonna get you, bitch. I'm gonna get you. Bop.
Right. Anyway, so yes.
Anyway,
I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted by the kitten.
But yeah,
According to the old man, it's the city is. Sorry, the capital is a number of days down the road. So
well, how far? When is the festival?
do any of you have a calendar?
You keep telling us we have a calendar. and
We
I
never
can
know where
find
it is.
Oh wait, there it is. No, calendar not selected for this campaign, so we don't have a calendar.
Oh,
It's in Discord.
yeah, the link's broken, I think.
I broke it.
But so we have a couple of days travel ahead of us. And
Well, I
also,
think we should
apparently those ghost
keep
things
travelling
only
then.
come out at night, which is something to be aware of. If we end up next to any more ruined elven cities that ghosts.
Yeah.
Rivallon's fine. The rest of us are not.
How did you get through that forest?
I walked.
And they just left you alone?
No, I wouldn't say left me alone. Straight through me, but you know.
That's a little disconcerting.
No, not really. It tickled more than anything.
That's also disconcerting.
Okay, I think we should keep travelling until nightfall.
I mean, I told you guys I'd be fine, but everyone's crazy.
You're not denying that, are you?
I can't deny it, because if I deny it, then it means I am crazy. But if I don't deny it and I say that I am crazy, then that means I'm not crazy, because only crazy people wouldn't say it to me.
It's what we call a catch-22.
Exactly. See?
Right. Are we carrying on?
That's what Isaac said as he rode off.
I believe the day we're looking for is the Festival of the Roses, right?
No, you're looking at the spring
Equinox?
spring equinox.
So it is the 26th, so 1 week, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. We got 6 weeks and 5 days.
Okay, so we have time, but we don't know if we're going to be able to have an audience, when we're going to have to be able to have an audience.
Oh, the audience thing is pretty time sensitive because we won't be able to get the audience via the means that I've already got with if they find out that I've been excommunicado.
So what you're saying is we need to do this fast.
Relatively, yes.
All right then, back on the road. Oh, and I hand a fresh loaf of bread to. I had like, I'm assuming we're each taking 2 loaves of bread because we have 10 loaves of bread. So, I give everybody 2 loaves of fresh bread.
It is fresh, plain bread.
Halfling size, so it's like a mini roll for your soup.
Fuck, I want some bread now because we got some.
You're like,
I'm not actually allowed because
Tasty.
I've just had a bowl of Cheerios, chocolate Cheerios.
I'm going to get some crumpets.
That's the weirdest craving. Just, I want bread.
I'd like some bread.
Yeah,
That's
but
not
Roach,
unusual.
freshly baked bread that is crusty,
I know, I
covered
bake
in butter
bread.
is the best.
I bake bread.
It's weird
I know,
cravings.
I've got
Major's pregnant.
I've got a recipe for a really nice really nice like loaves of bread. So,
No, really? We're talking about bread. You've got a really nice recipe for bread.
Well,
what you're
it's
saying
like a
is, right?
medieval. It's like a medieval loaf, so it's not like a loaf. It's like a big. I forget what they're called. They're actually round and big. and
Dough
bulky,
ball.
Like it's,
They're called dough balls.
Also, I just want to point out that Roach actually does get that bread, gamers.
No, that went over my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, am I the only person who's in the memes in here?
and it's
Yes.
swing and a miss. Oh,
Well, that shit's a fucking whiff. That's
So,
strike
we're
3. I'm
rushing down
gone.
the road until night time when we're going to pull over, camp, and then do the same thing tomorrow. Let's go.
Yes.
Until we
Alright.
die.
Can we get to the towns really, really quickly, please? Like in the montage. We need a montage.
I was about ready to
Montage.
say
We need a montage.
travel montage.
We'll travel by map.
Travel
Well, you
by
don't. You don't
Wait,
have
we
a map.
need some dun 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 dun. We've got a world map. The
The funny thing is, I actually have a map style for an Indiana Jones style like maps that I can make, which I want to kind of do. You go 2 days
Hooray!
doing this. You go 2 days. Hold on, I've got to actually change the days on the calendar because it's a thing.
Because it might be important in case someone actually sees the calendar other than you.
It's a thing. I sent the link on the goddamn thing. I
It's
just put it in there.
broken.
It can't be broken. I just sent
Midge said it was
No, it's
broken.
there.
He's just resent it.
It's resent it.
Well, I don't know those kind of things. I
literally
barely pay
just
attention most of the
sent
time.
it. I just sent it.
Cheers for you. Learn how to do Celsius by switching the temperature on your calendar to Celsius.
The calendar does have a Celsius. Like, does it?
No, it just says Fahrenheit for me.
Nope. Well, whatever. I'm using both now. My Google thing is displayed in Celsius. Like if my local weather and all that is displayed in Celsius, it's just a thing. So, the only reason I knew that my room was 86 was because I have a thermometer right next to my door.
Well, it's about 23 degrees Celsius today.
The weather might not be right. I have to set up the climate. That's still using the
Well, you said it was getting into winter. It's probably not going to be 23.
Yeah, that's still the.
So we are moderately
gray,
far
That's
south
the
on
gray
that,
waste.
so.
That's the gray. No, that's the gray waste climate that's using right now. So just forget about the weather for right now. I have to set up a new one, because you've only been here one session. But on the second day of your travels, midway through the day, Ustenia, you spot a dust cloud from the north coming down the road. As you're going south, but from behind you see like a dust cloud slowly rising, as if somebody's traveling down the road behind you.
We have people possibly following us. How big is the dust cloud? Does it suggest
Fairly
significant?
Fairly sizable.
Maybe quite few people. Indicate the dust count.
It's not used to the Windows notification when I get a PM on the damn thing. Yep, and it is getting
Okay.
closer as time goes on.
Shall we get off the road?
I mean, it might. It seems like
Could
if
just
they're
be people traveling.
causing that
to
much
capital.
dust, they might be in a hurry. So if we scoot all over to the side.
They could just be
Alright.
going to the capital.
A couple of maybe 45 minutes later, you see a group of maybe 20 riders, all dressed in armor, riding down as a group on the road. And they spot you fairly quickly, unless you're hiding.
I'm not.
No
They
reason.
spot you
No
fairly
reason
quickly.
to. Rivallon probably is.
Well, I don't know what you're trying to say about Rivallon, but that is just
He's
that,
moderately paranoid.
that is just completely and utterly
Let him press stealth.
There you go.
out of
I can
it.
still see
And,
you, by the way.
I also no you don't.
Rivallon is the D&D character equivalent of Peter Pan's shadow.
Yeah, he is.
I've got a 29, thank you very much, because I've just used
You gotta,
My-
you
Not
gotta,
wrong.
my
you gotta
pass
announce
without
that
trace.
before you cast. You gotta do that before you roll the skill.
No, you haven't. It's a bonus
Most
straight
time.
10.
Yeah, if it's a thing. Pass without trace.
I can do it whenever I like.
Whenever you laugh.
Okay. But they spot you fairly quickly and begin
No, they don't.
riding down towards you. I'm talking in a general sense, Rivallon. Don't make me boulder you.
I cast a boulder on that man.
But they start riding up towards you as a group. You're not too far from the road as they're riding. One individual seems to break away from the group and ride out to you. They give you like a hand raised in a greeting manner.
Mog nods. Does anyone recognise the armour? Or is it just normal plate, or is it a uniform?
It's colored in like a light green with a light green tabard, with some filigree and designs on the edges of it. And the armor looks to be really well made. And they all seem to be dressed in a similar manner. But this one is much better fitted and more decorated.
I return the wave.
Waves. Comes up beside, helmet open, and you see the fine features of of somebody with elven descent of some sort. Can't say the years or anything. Hail, travelers.
Good afternoon.
Sorry. Yeah, good afternoon. Are you riding north or south?
So,
South.
South. I must ask of you a slight inconvenience. We need you to stay here for the next... Kind of like twists in his saddle, looks at the dust cloud, which is still back there, getting closer. About an hour. Vice Prince Heldrick Amadei V is riding down to Stunlas for the festivities. And due to certain threats by family members, we are trying to keep the road clear for his travels to a certain extent. So we'd ask for you to wait here for about an hour. We'll have a few of my men stay just to make sure. The hour is for them to come past. They'll come past within probably another 20 minutes. Then they'll keep riding for about an hour. That way, there's a good amount of distance. We're trying to keep it clear for him. It's a slight inconvenience. If you are also heading down to Stunlas, we'll all reach there relatively similar times.
Wait, hang on. Is he the person we're trying to get an audience with?
I don't know.
He's
I
looking.
don't fucking know, man. You know that.
No.
Stunlas.
Yeah.
Like the only name I've got is the priest that might get us an audience with someone in the government.
No, it's Stunlas. The priest will get Elmon will get us a meeting
Yeah.
with Stenless.
No,
Stunlas is a
the
city.
place. That's the place.
Stunlas is a city.
Hang on,
Oh,
where's-
second order, maybe Prince. Second order of the Prince.
Yeah.
So no, don't know his name. Don't think we found out his name, unless it's in.
The title that was just given to us was that.
Well-
Prince?
It was
Well-
Vice Prince.
Yeah, which sounds like half a prince.
Well, that doesn't give us the capacity to stop him now. We kind of want him to go to the city so that we can have this meeting, right?
Yeah.
We kind of want to allow his passage to be as smooth as possible, right?
We are unsure of if this is the guy who we can talk to or not.
We
But if he
could
is,
offer
and
our
he ends up dead,
services.
then we're fucked.
Yeah, I was gonna say. What would you? We turn around. I guess we. That's very well, but as we're going in the same direction, we could aid the protection detail. We are a group of mercenaries. We're
I'm
Right.
afraid the Vice Prince is very paranoid, and doesn't trust mercenaries in his care. Only his household guard, which we are a part of.
So far, all of this sounds like everything I've ever heard about the Successor Kingdoms. You're living up to your reputation.
Are you not from around here?
I'm from Alhood.
I am from the Cardinal
Really?
Empire.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
Ostinia doesn't feel the need to explain where he's from. I think it's
Like-
No,
probably
Mogstain's
visible
white
on the
as well.
face.
Look at me, man. Just look
Ustinia
at
is
me.
the poster child for the Steppe Kingdoms.
Yes. Yep.
It's like asking Attila or the Hun what colour his yurt is.
Red. Blood of my enemies.
And then, yeah.
Well,
Ostinia just cuts out all the BS and just calmly makes his way off the road to go set up a little camp
What was the Vice Prince's
to relax.
fuck.
Uh-oh.
Fuck was his name?
His name is not Fuck.
name? Are we sure? It could be.
P-H-U-C-K.
What was the
Oh,
vice-
Midge,
The thing,
we
the
swapped
thing is,
again.
I might have accidentally, I might have actually
stream.
mispronounced it
Oh,
to my
what?
notes.
We have placement. Camera placement switched again. I didn't notice.
Whoopsie.
Well,
When you
it is break-
restarted.
well, it is break time, so we could do that,
Yeah.
and then
I'll find it. I'll find it.
Thank you.
we could take our break now because it is 9. So, everybody, go ahead, take your 10-15 minutes. Go ahead, grab yourself something to eat, grab yourself something to drink. Do what you need to do, and we will be right back. To
We'll try and be better.
Thanks,
You know,
Mitch.
No, we won't.
Not like not like actually kill you with laughter, because I did not mean to do that. I nearly killed myself with laughter, which makes me
My
happy.
Irish accent is really coming along.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we'll see you guys in 10-15 minutes.
Toodles.
Up, 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 up.
No.
Cheery up, baby.
What is wrong with us there? Is this the pandemic? Is this
This
what
is
it's
what it's
done
doing
to
to
us?
our brains.
This is what it does to
I'm,
your mind.
I'm very a little bit disappointed right now, a little bit
Why?
frustrated, and a little bit scared. You know those shields that I got that I just showed like before we started,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the arms that come with them that are supposed to hold the guns, the arms point flush to the chest. The shield doesn't, so the arms don't
Ooh.
match up with the holes. Let me show you. I've been trying to dry fit them.
Well, we're back live
Sounds
on my
like you.
channel, by the way.
Yeah, same here.
Hi.
So. Hello.
Yeah,
I
sorry,
am
it won't
with you,
take long.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. We're all like rivals got Cheerio. It's that second of all the Cheerios.
Yeah.
Good choice right there.
I have
Right,
bourbon
like that,
creams.
yeah.
That constitutes right.
Chocolate Cheerios as well.
I just had a couple of Kit Kats.
I've got
I have
butter
these.
crumpets.
Oh, that's the best option out of everything.
So here's
Yes, Red.
here's the shield on. Like I'm
Yeah,
not
the
too sure
body.
how it's picking it up, so I obviously just blue tack to dry fit it.
Oh, you mean your gun arms are like they are with normal Space Marines, where they go across the chest and they're holding it normally, but that doesn't work with the shield because the shield means they need to be pointed forward to shoot through the shield hole.
Yes, it's flat on the chest if you can see it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's not pointing through the actual hole. The hand is on the back, flat to the chest. You can probably see it better there. Which
Oh,
way the
yeah.
hand's pointed. This is the
Suggestion.
arm that comes with the shield. This is the
Yeah.
arm designed for the shield. Why, Forge World? Why?
Suggestion to maybe help with that. You could
Burn it with Holy
get
Promethean.
you could get some if you could find some plasticard.
Build out the
you-
arm. Or I
Well, I was thinking you could build out the shield arm so that it's not coming across and it's more of an action pose. So they're not shooting through the shield, they're moving forward to position by moving the
Yeah.
arm back with some plasticard to build out the forward joint so that it kind of like comes out.
Yeah,
So
the
that's
the,
structured
the,
glue.
the other option is heat the resin in like some warm water and bend the gun arm a little bit. I
Yeah.
probably need about 5 degrees of bend, I think, there to get it to point through the hole. These are the arms that came supplied with the shields. These are what they're meant to be the ones that, go with the shields. The fact
it's
that they
Forge World.
don't.
But it's Forge World. They
It's
don't
just-
have to. They don't have anybody to actually worry about because where else are you going to buy it?
It's just
So-
really frustrating.
Yep. So
Anyway, we're back.
we're back.
Yeah.
Right, so
The
this
red
Prince thing, do we need to get him?
the name
No.
We don't want to talk to
the
him.
name Red. You wanted a name, right?
Yeah.
Or did you not care anymore?
No, I still care.
I found
Someone
it.
has to write some of this
Okay.
stuff down.
I know. Thank you.
My chop liver.
Yeah, Heldrick Amadei the Fifth.
Hedrick Armadale.
Heldrick Amadei the Fifth.
What do we know about the Clan Dynasty's hierarchy? Like, where does
Make a
where
history
does
check.
Vice Prince come into this? Okay.
I'm gonna do
Make
one
a
of
history
those
check.
as well.
Oh, I forgot to mention, guys. It's like I'm gonna do a press up every time I roll a 2. So here goes.
You're actually gonna do that.
Yeah.
Every time
Because
Ustinia deals damage,
one, the hilarity of watching me do a press up because I can't. And
You can't do one?
I can just about, but it's weak. I'm weak.
I
sort
can
of.
do that.
I can do like 10. And I've been out of
I
shape
mean,
for years.
I'm not great. I could probably do 5 in a row
Well,
without
that's a
being
4,
winded.
so
2 press-ups.
Okay.
Why is
No,
Wizard's
it's gotta
history
be
so
2.
shit?
Also, right, I just want to point out that if we were doing
It's all
that
on religion.
for Ustinia, we would have to have Utari do like pull-ups. He would be shredded in days.
Yep.
you guys realize, like, you say, well, this is so shit. My highest plus is a +6. Like, I don't have very good bonuses to anything because I rolled a very middling character.
My
like the
highest
rest of
plus
you.
is +9.
Exactly,
Same,
like
yeah.
the rest of you fucks. So
Smograth,
Hi.
you know a bit about the Kalen dynasty. You remember schooling and learning about these things, kind of the nations of the world, and the Kalen dynasty is kind of unique because all of the major noble families stem from a single noble, Kalan, the original. So
Better known as
the-
Khan.
please say his title is Kalam the Original.
Oh no, his original title was
Great.
was
Genghis.
General Thuman. No, it was General Thuman Kalan, who declared
Admiral
himself
General.
leader. Yeah, who declared himself the one true heir of the conqueror.
So
Whenever
they're all
they,
cousins.
died. Yes, but the way that it works off of a kind of a principality. The highest position is prince in here. So it goes in a hierarchical sense. It goes the high prince, the prince heir, and then vice princes. And there's one high prince, one vice heir, and 15 vice.
So Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, but they do
And
have
the
a
fifth-
king, but it's just the crown prince that runs everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all the vice princes, all
And you
these
say there's
are all.
15 of them. My God.
There's 15 vice princes. All of them are the equivalent of like a duke or baron, but
So
with a
not quite
large
Saudi Arabia.
military role. Yeah, not quite,
Do they
but with a large
all
military
hate
role.
each other?
Okay.
I'm sorry, what?
Do they all hate each other?
There's a lot of infighting, and the thing is, the vice princes elect the prince heir.
Oh, okay.
So there's a lot of political machinations behind there, and there are also there are lords, which are below the princes, and they are not a part. Well, they're not called lords; they're just called princes, and they are the lords of the area. So it goes princes, which are not a part of the Kalan dynasty, vice princes, which are a part of the Kalan dynasty, the heir, and then the high prince.
So the prince
Or
heir becomes
princesses.
a prince. The prince heir is learning under the prince, which is why they elect the prince heir, because they know who's the next leader's going to be.
But then there's a whole bunch of like disenfranchised people that are also known as princes. Fuck me, they need a new word.
But those are more like local. Like the prince title is more like just lord, kind of an equivalent. And
This
then the vice
sounds-
princes.
This sounds like a weird amalgamation of Saudi Arabia and the HRE.
It's a bit, yeah. welcome to Fantasy Worlds.
Yeah.
Let's
Right,
take
it's
this
Fantasy
history
Realm.
thing and just push it into this history thing, and yeah, there we go. Playing this. But yeah, that's what you know from the hierarchy is high prince, prince heir, vice princes, and prince.
And the sale of princely titles, is that a thing? Like,
Well,
and anyone
Gold is the sign of nobility.
is this like Sealand? Like,
yeah, Sealand, or Molossia as well. No, but you know that, and you know that the current high prince is Ilroth Kalan, the high prince Ilroth Kalan, and all of the ones that are not just prince, all of the high part of the nation's hierarchy are all part of the same family. They're all just different branches of that family that have grown over the years, and there are 15 separate branches. And yeah, they're not all together in terms of
And
liking each other.
the High Prince title is inherited through the familial line. That's like
No, the Prince Heir, when the
no,
High Prince dies.
the lowest ones. I meant just the
Are you talking?
15 princes.
The Lord.
Okay, the 15 vice.
lords.
The
That's
lords.
the one.
They are inheritance. They are inherited based upon family, and yeah, there are prince
They
and
elect the
princesses, and they elect the High Prince, who leads the country, because the only king is the conqueror.
Right.
Oh god, it's like North Korea combined with the HRE.
But that's what you know from there. You also know that they have
Hola.
it's a really weird amalgamation of cultures, because Kalan area was the last place that the Conqueror's armies collated, and the Conqueror's armies were a formation of a fuck ton of various different subcultural groups. So there's a lot. They don't use the standard military setup of a lot of various nations. Mog, you would know this because you also had a little bit of, because you had a little noble schooling, so that also includes military senses. Kalan uses orders. The military units are made up of 20 orders. First,
Okay,
to the
so now
20th
you're
order.
using 40k.
No. More like Cardassians, in a way.
Well, I was thinking
the
more like they
Cardassians
started
first
chapters.
No, they're just they're the number of the order denotes their hierarchy inside of the military.
So the first order is top notch. Swords.
Yes, it's like the most elite. The first through the fourth orders are known as elite. Fifth.
Okay,
through
could I have
15.
the obsidian order then, please?
I'm sorry, it's the Tatapa Council now.
Which number's Jedi Fallen Order?
You started this.
You said First Order. They're the new Star Wars bad guys, aren't they?
No,
Well.
remember, it's all Palpatine.
I'll don't
Because
go
Vader's
there.
sacrifice doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter, guys. It doesn't matter. Fuck Anakin.
Right. So
It's true though.
we get off the road.
Yeah. They ask you to get off the road for a bit. And,
Don't even
they-
notice me not moving. Due to
You
my
rolled
huge
a-
stealth
You
score.
have a 29, so no, he's not. I mean, no.
I'm just thinking maybe I can jump onto the carriage as it speeds by.
But
So what, you actually want to become the assassin that he's hiding from?
No, I want to have a chat with him. Actually, a chat.
but yeah, no. You
Fine,
walk
I'll
to
get
the
off
side.
the road, seeing as everyone seems to think it's a bad idea.
You get off the side of the road. He thanks you, puts his armor plate, face plate down again, gives you a wave, and then rides off. And two other individuals, a part of this group, kind of just are like waiting there, and just kind of keeping an eye on you.
I understand, yeah, and I like take out some stuff and put it into a bowl and start cooking some soup.
Do you want some
It's like a-
food?
Cook
Nice,
up
light
some
soup.
grub.
No, ma'am, we're good.
Want some
We'll get
grits?
fed. We'll be fed when we get back with the caravan later tonight. And they just kind of
Very well.
wait.
Mog's gonna go away from the group a little and get out her crystal ball because she's gonna go and see if she can see what Salah's up to.
Soup's pretty okay, by the way.
I'm going to play my bone flute.
Okay. It sounds like something that should be like haunting, but
It's just a flute that just so
it's just a flute. But it's just yeah, it's not an Aztec death whistle.
18.
It sounds pretty good. Yeah.
This is a song of my people.
Arwen would be proud.
You could dance a jig to it if you really wanted to.
No, it's from my background character that I had to bring an item, so I thought, why not? Like, that seems appropriate. A
We've
flute.
had that all campaign. Yeah, I know.
And all
Yeah.
campaign, I've used it a grand total of 3 times now.
Yeah, I think it's 3 times.
This is
Like, I
the
think this.
bird.
What?
The third one was also the best one you've used it so
Yes,
far.
it is. I supported way back when a couple of times.
Arwen.
Arwen.
In that dwarven city.
Yes,
Gorgon,
2 times.
So we were there for ages.
First time was me just playing, then the second time was me supporting him with my bone flute, and then this is the third time in the entire campaign I've used it.
Yeah, but you do so. So you know it's a nice little scene. Mog, you are scrying on Sala.
I just need to see what she's up to. Oh, Serge, can you put tongues on me, please?
Got it.
Thank you.
Okay, what's
I
the
tried
check?
to find Rivallon at this point as well. I wanted to try and talk to him.
Just reaching out into the darkness like, Rivallon. Rivallon.
All right, so
going
what's
like
the
this.
check? We'll do this. We'll do this in order. We'll do this in order of the requests. Mog.
But it's funny because Isaac looks blind as well. So.
You know, what would be great is if one of the guys on the horse is going, is this some kind of spiritual dance? No, I'm trying to find my friend. Are you blind?
So
We can help you.
Mog, what's the check for scry that I need to make?
Oh, it's against my... Oh. Let's read it, because I can never remember it.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
There it is. So... Oh, yeah, it's all this stuff. So...
Wisdom
I'm
saving
familiar
throw.
with the target, so it's -5 to the save. And I've got a picture, so it's -2. And yeah, she
All right,
fails.
doesn't matter. Yeah, doesn't matter.
She
Fucking
just
7.
failed. That's a 0.
Yeah, that's a 0 with all the negatives.
Yeah. So, all right. Okay. What time is it? Okay.
It's beta time.
You go into your scrying. Focus. And the same familiar feeling washes over you as you travel across the vast stretches of land and sea to wherever Sala is. And you come across Sala is dressed in her uniform that you know that she wears. She has a it's a bit more filled out than whenever she was in or on a roll. She's got a belt with her sword, which is standard, but then there is a leather pouch that's shaped like the weapon that she carried in her saddlebags now that is on her other hip. And you can see her... you have tongues on you, don't you?
I do.
Okay. And you can understand her, you just can't hear anything else. Yeah, so she's hands behind, like clasped behind her back as she's walking kind of in a line and looking at something past the edges of the scrying zone before she steps up to a form that seems to be on the ground, prone, with one of the long rifles or muskets that they're using, supported by a little earthen rampart kind of in front of them. And she kind of like gets down on one knee kind of nearby, and it shoots. And she goes, "You're going to need to adjust for windage when you fire, or you're going to keep missing." I need a little... because you can't hear anything else, just her. And then the figure gets up, and it looks like to be doing some sort of procedure with the musket, and she gets back up, hands behind the back, keeps walking in a line, looking over. Like, "You will drill every day until you can do this in your sleep. You will make sure that there is no stops or interruptions in your processes. You will be fighting as a unit. Stops, turns, walks back down the line. You hear some more shots just off in the distance, just barely creaking past the scry. You may be here, but you may be called upon to assist the reclamation. Ow. Seriously? So do not let your training slip. We'll also make sure that your muskets are clean and well maintained. And it just keeps going for a minute, and then
Shit, leading a penal battalion.
and then it fades away, and you go back to yourself. And she's midway through her whatever speech she was given.
I scare the living crap out of Isaac by appearing next to him.
Good.
Well, you were doing this, so I figured you were looking for me.
It's like that SCP just it comes out of the ground. Upwards vertically.
I was thinking of maybe do we have any reason to spy on this prince if he came along?
Maybe.
Well, I could turn you into a bird or something.
For an hour.
He said he's 20 minutes away.
Yeah, and what do you want me to do?
What you do best.
I thought we wanted to talk to him, not kill him.
Okay, what do you do second best?
Oh, you mean sneak around and be really sneaky and really annoy people by appearing next to them like I just did with you?
Yes.
Right.
I quickly check at those two that are with us. Are they
They're just
in earshot?
They're just like on their horses next to the road. They're just keeping an eye on you from a respectable distance away.
Rivallon is that nanite like bad guy from Outlast 1. That just
Haven't
Through
played
doors.
Outlast, so don't know.
great game, great horror game.
It's the assassin in Hunt. It just dissolves into like a puddle of bugs and then reappears and throws a dagger at you.
Yeah, just yeet, and then goes away.
We've each made a different game reference. I'm referencing SCP Containment Breach. You're referencing fucking Outlast and then Hunt.
And Outlast. Yeah.
Cool assassins
well.
are cool.
All of them horror games.
All of them horror games. All of them.
It depends on who you're playing with.
Just
with
compare me to the
SCP.
freaking Xenomorph while you're at it!
I mean, the Xenomorph is much more likely to kill you than Rival is. Rivallon, sorry.
Well, Rival,
No,
definitely.
Glaze, they're fine, yeah. That's
No, Rival will murder me. I'm more scared of Rival than I am of Xenomorph, if I'm
I
honest.
think you're more red alien than anything.
Yeah,
Well, that's an
Yeah.
insult.
Hey, well, yeah, no, that movie. But AVP, the first one, was probably the best alien movie that's come out since.
Yeah, probably.
Because Alien. Yeah. Yeah.
Because the more recent stuff was so bad.
Yeah. And
Anyway,
Aliens 3 and Resurrection were.
Anyway, so you want to turn me into a bird.
Oh no, I was just thinking, is that?
I land on his carriage.
Or you could send your new friend.
It's only for sending messages. And pooping on your clothes while you're asleep.
He's not. He doesn't have a frumpkin.
I need to get myself a friend.
Mold
Anyway.
wants an owl. Anyway, carry on.
So I would land on his carriage, then turn back into a super cool, amazingly good looking elf. Then you go into my stealth mode and just travel on his carriage all the way to the main city?
I don't think. Yeah, no, I don't think we're only an hour away from the city.
Exactly.
That's true. Okay.
I mean, if you want to do it, I'm up for getting killed as soon as they discover me.
I mean, you could just observe him, gather information. A bird's a bird. See you guys.
And then as soon as I leave the party is when you guys get into a fight. You
Okay,
see,
no,
I know the DM.
It's fine. It's fine. We just a thought. We will bypass
It's
it.
your choice. It's your choice. I didn't make you do it. You did it. Twice.
Anyway,
What we're
So,
trying to do?
yeah,
What are we doing? Am I going for
I
information?
don't know. I was like, do we need to do anything?
Let's
guess we
ask the group.
Yo, group!
Huddle up.
So as you're sitting there with like, there's like a mass. So like everyone's sitting there with like they've all got bowls of soup. Ustinia's finished with his flute for now. We're like, why don't you come over here and eat some soup? Pretty good.
Just-
I made it.
Just to let you know, they are practicing. Our friends from the south are practicing.
Ah. Got it.
When are they not?
When they're sleeping.
When they're sleeping.
They're elves. They don't need.
They
to.
sleep?
More
When
than you
they're
do,
meditating.
ironically.
They practice more than we do. We haven't stopped fighting in the last 6 months.
God,
You
that
say like
gives
that,
me
that's a
the-
bad thing.
It gives me the image of like an adventuring party that's just got like all PTSD and they're just like, I want to rest. I just want to stay in the village. I don't want to go anymore. I don't want to go. Don't go.
Listen, man, I'm retiring.
Me lords! Me lords, we need somebody to deal with the goblin invasion. I just can't do it anymore.
I can't take any more lives, damn it!
I'm just
Too much blood.
I can't do it. I can't.
The screams!
Do it yourselves!
Just hand him like the like 3,000 gold sword and say you do it, and then walk away.
So,
That's all you see me for, isn't it? It's not. I'm not really a friend. I'm just something so you can get
I
killed.
like the idea that someone was playing like a level 20 character, but his PTSD is so bad that he's only got like level 1 spells. Like, I refuse to do the damage again! I could power word kill someone, but I can't go through that again!
Watching the life leave their eyes, man. I can't do it.
Support spells.
I was there when 3rd edition came out. I can still hear the screams in the streets.
And every time I close my eyes, I see all the faces.
So,
I wish I could just wish it all away, but I picked flaming meteors instead.
so, what do you all like to do?
I think we're just waiting for these guys to go by, I think.
All right, after about 20 minutes, you see a large entourage travel down the road. It looks to be another maybe 80 men on horseback, both in front of and behind. 2 large carriages being drawn by like 8-horse teams as they start going down.
Do we think he's compensating for something?
He's royalty. He probably is.
And they just
Oh.
ride on through.
Never mind.
After they pass, and you see them disappear into the distance, the 2 waiting, kind of wait for a little bit longer, and after about 20 more minutes, they give you a
I got an extra
wave.
2 bowls of soup if you guys want them before you go.
We're good. Wave and ride. Faster than
time is
the
it?
other ones were riding to catch up. By the time this happens, it's near noon.
Okay.
Sesh feeds the soup to the horses, like gives out the veg in them.
Gotta give them their 5 a day.
Yep,
Yeah.
Yep.
it's extra, and we don't want it, so don't let it go
Yeah.
to waste.
Good point.
So yeah, it's about noon as you pack up your mini camp and begin your journey again. And we begin the montage. And you go another 2 days before you come, and you're now along mostly a coast road. It still doesn't hug the coast like it has in other areas. This like winds back into the country. But this is not a like road of convenience. This is a road that was built by somebody a long time ago, and it just kind of keeps being used because it's quicker, like a Roman road.
Can we see the sea?
I didn't hear what you said, Mitch.
So the British road system.
Yes. Yes. What would you say, Mog?
Can we see the sea?
Yeah, when you get close to it, yeah. You see the strait of flowers, which is what it's
Ooh.
called, the body of water. It looks like water. It just looks like water.
Cool. Cool.
She's like salty sea air. Smells like home.
Yeah. And then you kind of like go back into the.
It's
the interior
actually
a little bit.
the fish
wines?
decaying on the beaches. Just want to point that out.
Yeah.
I know.
But after those
Okay,
2
okay,
extra
okay.
days, you do come across another. A big landmark. You see a very large and imposing defensive structure across the road. It's across the road. It's across the road, like cutting the road.
Like a gate.
With
like a gate.
yeah, yes, it is like a citadel in terms of its size and its mass. The road goes straight through it. There is a large gate that allows the road to go through, but it looks like this can be closed off and like cut the road if need be.
Oh, cool. That was
In like either direction does
Get
this
it to
go?
cannons.
Mog gets some gold out of her pouch in case it's needed to grease any wheels.
Yeah, how far left and right does this like wall go? Is it just as far as the eye can see?
You don't
until
see
it
the
goes?
end of it.
Yeah.
It kind of goes there, and it kind of goes all the way, and then you kind of lose track of it. This might be a defensive structure you've heard as the peninsular wall, which is a very known structure, at least to Mog, who has had a noble schooling, and I'll say probably I won't make a test it. It's very known as well as Isaac. Due to it's 2 very large citadels that sit on either road going out of the peninsula Stoonlass sits on, and they are connected by a large wall, and it defends from the exterior. It defends the city itself down the peninsula. And it's big. It's very big, and it looks to be actively patrolled. This isn't the wall from Game of Thrones. This is military forces are here. You see people walking down the large wall in between the ramparts, and individuals kind of like standing guard at some of the towers in the actual citadel portion. But you get closer. The gate that goes in is open. It's not closed. It does look substantial. If it were to be closed, there is definitely the peeking out of the stone that holds it. Very large, thick iron that makes up the outer defense, and then you can also see very long wooden gangway that can be raised, and the interior as you get closer to it. As in, there's a gate, wood spanning a chasm. Gate, and the chasm can be opened up so that if you even breach the outer gate, there's nothing underneath to get in. Just basically no moat on the outside, but if you try and get in through there, it's not going to be good for you. But you aren't stopped. People watch you from above as you walk in, and you're not. It doesn't look like there's a lot of ways to get into this citadel from your area, from as you're walking through. This is defended. The road goes through. You're looking. There are archers here and there. Like, they're not on alert, but they're on guard. They're just kind of watching you. The interior of the citadel is defended, high walls as you go through. You do see like an offshoot road that would go into there, but it is locked down for you. Nobody calls out. Nobody makes force you to pay a toll or a tax as you go through. Looks like it's just normal road traffic. And if you don't do anything and just keep going, it doesn't take you long to exit on the other side of this giant citadel.
We don't do anything and keep going.
Okay. You're on the other side of the peninsular. Wow, damn it! Seriously?
On the peninsula,
Damn
damn it!
Duke.
I didn't see that on the map.
There's a
Right.
wild
Ow,
cat
it's
that
not
attacks
labelled.
everybody. There's
Is
a
it
wild
like,
ginger.
Oh,
is it
we're-
hyphenated like a dwarven word? Is it like wild?
We're
damn
trying to teach Duke
Oh,
not to do
damn it.
that. So I've got this just in case he does that again. Swear to God.
It's like, bitch.
Yeah,
it's
you know
loaded.
what that is, don't you? Yeah. Don't do that again.
Don't like being wet.
He's looking up at you like, don't do it, bitch. Don't do it.
Oh no, he'll
I
run
was going to
away.
get you an adequate
Don't do
owner
it.
card.
Yeah. But yeah, you're on the other side of the peninsular wall and on the road to Stunlass.
We're
As you can.
on the road
Would Mog know how far the peninsula wall is from the city?
It's about.
Would that be on one of Isaac's maps? On the world map, maybe, if it's big
Yeah.
enough?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really. It's not. It's you're maybe a little bit of a day away, but there are some small like. Ow! Stop. There are some small like holdover areas that you can stay in, like little not inns, but like the kind of inns. They have a small stable and some places to sleep if you want to rest in there for the night. On the upper side of the peninsula for people that are traveling in. So we'll montage that. You go ahead and after close to probably, I think, because it was 2 days. Yeah. After close to probably about a week of travel from where you were, you reach the city of Stunlass at the bottom end of the peninsula. You see smoke from chimneys as far as you can see. A large 150-foot tall sky tower in not the center, but on like near the coast of the city. It is big and sprawling. Hold on. Do I have it actually here, or did I forget to put that one in? Looks like I forgot to put that one in. Give me a second.
It's gonna be a montage.
We just quick traveled.
We travelled by map, like Rival said.
Dun, 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 da, da, da. Da, 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 da. That's my. Sounds like a lot of those traveling themes, but isn't quite that traveling theme.
Isn't quite that. Sounds like, but is legally distinct from.
Da, da,
That's the copyright-free version that they put up on SoundCloud.
Less.
Stunlass. Should be able to see it.
Welcome to Stunlass, bitches.
It's
We will do
still
it.
loading.
It's-
Loading.
But you see on the side that you were on a sprawling metropolis that reaches out quite far from the city itself. A wall demarcating the outer and inner city. A huge, humongous palace that spans a good portion of the cross-section of the city. You'll see it on the map. That is also incredibly tall with its Gothic architecture. And flying buttresses, reaches well up into the sky, almost rivaling that of the Sky Tower at its peaks. Which is very noticeable. Past the outer sprawl, there's also a multitude and abundance of farm fields that reach out, that help feed the city. But yeah, what would you like to do?
Let's find
I'm-
somewhere to stable the horses.
I'm still
And
waiting for the
Stable
thing to load.
ourselves. Oh,
Yes.
yeah, we're still waiting.
We can't see the map, so.
Can I directly transfer to you while this is going so that maybe this will work better? If my thing was working, because it's very hard for you to figure out what you want to do when you don't know what the city looks like.
True.
We're currently looking for a local cartography shop to try and find city maps. Is what we're doing. Clearly.
Oh God.
Okay. God, could you draw me a map of the city? Describe it to me in epic detail, and I'll draw it.
Oh, sorry, my
Alright.
lord, but I don't draw maps. I'm not a very good drawer. However, we do have on staff someone who draws suspects. We can bring them in. That is a facial artist. They're pretty good at drawing maps. If you can bear just with us, it'll only take 3 to 4 hours to get them here. There was a triple homicide
Now,
on the
can you
other side of
describe
town.
what the city looks like?
That's what we want you to do. Sorry, sir.
I'm afraid I don't understand what you're saying.
Oh, you're breaking up, Roach.
I think it's trying to load the map and talk is killing his internet.
Yeah, I think it's failing to load. The upload is now struggling because he's going.
Come on, Mr. Musk. Roach needs decent internet.
it's a glitchy game. just a glitchy game. Cold weather we're having right now.
It's the height of summer.
Have you seen that tavern's prices?
I'm sorry? There's no need to pay tax? Well, I never. If anyone gets that reference. Oh.
Sit a while and listen.
Morning, your lordship.
Have you heard of the High Elves?
No.
We're back on the NPC drive. Here we go.
Yeah. What else are we gonna do while this is happening? That I could force you guys to play like you're playing an old Ultima game. You have 4 things you can say: job, goodbye. What is it? Because the Avatar only asked people like 4 things throughout the whole series. Like he had 4, which was it was super bad.
Can I interest you in our Lord and Saviour Palor?
Oh no.
That's illegal.
Thank you. For that bloody guy.
God damn it. Is it
Oh.
almost?
Oh, I'm gonna close it and then reopen it when other people start opening it because I think that'll make it easier. So it seems to.
Yeah.
Elon, give me Starlink. They're actually accepting beta users now. They've actually got like a longitude thing, and they're sending out the terminals to people who are who have been able
How
to.
quickly did you sign up?
Well, I signed up, but on my I think I'm at 32 degrees latitude, and you need it's between 55 and 44 or 45. Like it's a 10-degree latitude. So I'd have to be up in like Wisconsin for it to work for me. So yeah, that
In 7
sucks.
years' time.
Well, no, I mean there's going to be a launch sometime next week for the 10th launch, and then the 11th happens sometime later on this month for the 11th, and then it just takes time.
All be all I can be.
Yeah, when I'm just gonna point out, like when we're talking about the NPC thing, the first thing that pops into my mind is there's a video, like a meme video of somebody being the Skyrim NPC.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I know that one.
in like a room, and he just like walks like
Yeah.
an NPC
Yeah,
through
I've
like
seen that.
50 chairs, and then
Yeah.
sits
TikTok.
down
He-
and looks.
He even does when the NPCs can't even like walk up a step. They sort of walk on the spot for a bit and then go.
I'll get you for that.
He nailed that.
Yeah.
Learn the
on!
form, Dragonborn.
Load. Load.
I've closed mine as well,
I'll
so
close mine.
Yeah. What's wrong? Somebody stole your sweet roll.
I used to be an adventurer like you, but then I took a marriage to the knee.
Skyrim
that's
in
the
real
thing.
life, you're talking about Jin Kid and his TikTok account.
No, it was before TikTok. It's an older one. It's before TikTok.
Oh, that was
I
like
think it's
there was
a
also
Vine.
one of like somebody doing it as a Vine where like he was portraying a town.
Oh, you mean the bros?
And he
Yeah, I know
walks
the one.
he walks through like 30 chairs and finds the one chair that's sitting down and just sits down.
Yeah.
And does the perfect NPC, like sits down and goes, which they always do. They always just like
Yeah.
look towards the player character, which was amazing.
Oh yeah, I know the
Fuck
one.
it.
I know the one.
Come on!
So I walked to a guard and I asked him, "Hey, is there a stable nearby?"
Well, yes. Go. Yeah. It points one out. Yes. You find a stable. Yes.
Yay!
It doesn't take
And-
long. You find a stable.
Can you recommend an inn? Do you need the map for the inns?
Give me
The
a minute.
answer is no.
The reply is in the form of a dial-up connection noise.
Oh gosh, imagine just like like the noise of dialogue, just out of this screeching mouth.
This is where like the two holy characters in this party just cast like anti-heresy.
They go. Oh, fucking drop a 5th level dawn spell on that motherfucker right there.
So I cast smite at level 4 because I'll do that next. I can do that next level.
Oh dear.
We're getting there, guys. Eventually.
Maybe we'll see.
Maybe.
I will warrant the idea that Isaac will ask for directions to the Temple of Palor that's here, or the cathedral, or whatever it is.
Okay. I've got that.
Okay.
But is there one?
Well, there is, because that's where we're meant to be meeting a guy.
But
Yeah,
no, not really.
You head to Old. It's in Old Town. You'll be able to find it. The Bright Temple. Can't miss it.
I hear a lot of like beeping and blooping.
Gives you directions.
Okay.
I don't know what to do, guys. I don't know. I can't.
I don't know what to do.
Okay, well,
The guard starts crying.
shall we?
Sure.
Yes. Do you want to go alone or do you want backup?
Let's all go. Let's all go, just in case I have been excommunicated. I might need a breakout journey.
Ooh.
It's like, guys, I need you to break me out of this prison.
Still, that's reappeared on my screen, even though I told you it was.
Isaac could break himself out of a prison. All he needs to do is turn into a mouse and scootle out.
Yeah, but it depends if they don't
Did
just
you
try
say scoodle?
Yeah, it's a word in my vocabulary. Might not be in
Right.
yours,
Yeah. Right.
but Rifle will
Right.
confirm that it's definitely a word in my vocabulary.
It means I will go from this place to that place.
It's part
Is it
scoot, part pootle.
Scootle.
Scootle. I like that. It's like scuttling.
I'll scootle over there and take care of it.
It's
Fine. Fine.
although in my head, scootling sounds like a dog with worms.
I'm sorry, lad. We had to put Scoodle down.
No, I meant like what a dog does with worms. Like,
It puts its bum on the ground and then uses its front paws to do that, and its ears go back. And
I
it's
know
going
what you
really
were
fast.
referencing. I was making it dark.
oh.
What else do I have? So, you're given directions to Old Town District, where you were told that the Palorian Temple sits. You go through the city, following the directions you were given, and you end up in a part of the city that looks very odd. definitely you can feel the age in the city, or in this part of the city, this district, this old town, which makes sense. But it's not. There's no one style that defines any of the buildings. It's like a mismatch of very different not archaeological,
Architectural.
architectural stylings from various different cultures, kind of mismatched together in like standard, I don't know what to say, like standard dwarvish brutalism next to elven postmodernism. But there's like that kind of stuff, very, very different, which is kind of whiplashy from your standard old towns in most cities, those being very monocultural in their construction. But you do find the temple that you were told exists, the Bright Temple, he called it. It is a mid-sized building made out of old, dirty stone with a tall spire, like a wooden spire that kind of grows out of the building.
Okay.
Does anybody have the map yet?
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Rifle does.
Oh,
I do not.
I do not. Isaac,
Mm-hmm.
maybe think of a different name.
Always been a Jacob to me.
What about Kazai?
I've got it. Ooh, I like that. That's a nice map. I like that. Hold on.
And you can now see what I was talking about when it comes
there it
to the giant
Oh,
palace.
Jesus Christ. Wow.
That's a big
Look
palace.
how rich I am.
Yep.
Which one? Are we
The High
looking at?
Princes have the
The priestly green.
No, the
giant
big red-
singular building in its own walled-off
I
compound.
mean, the 7, the upper board.
Yeah.
It's a big palace.
I still think I can get into it.
You probably can.
Probably.
Okay. See that. I mean, I have other identities, but I got this contact from Brother Richter.
Oh, I understand that is to get you past the first part. The actual contact, if we see him in there, fine. But if you have to ask someone to then ask for him, they might not be as helpful.
Okay, we'll see how this goes.
Very well.
One second, guys. Knock on the door. I gotta go check that.
That's okay. It gives us a chance to sort out our comedy routine while you're not here.
Yeah. Well, the map's a
Kill a
load.
roach. How are we gonna kill a roach with laughter this time?
I'm gonna go for a quick smoke.
Go for it.
That's not gonna work, Atari. That just gave him lung cancer.
Yeah. I mean, that could. The thing is, if Richter said to this guy that I'm coming, using a different name isn't going to help us.
No, but if something's gone out from your super secret monastery going, do not let Isaac in, he looks like this. And if he has a Star of Palor, then take it the fuck off him.
They don't know that only Richter knows that I've got that.
Well, Richter and the Palorian church in Thingme.
Yeah, that's miles away.
Message. Sending.
Not everyone in the church is magical.
Like most people in like churches only learn a single cantrip in like 50 years of service.
Yeah.
We're just fucking weird.
We're special. Maybe he's born with it.
Maybe
I'm
he's
back.
special. Maybe he's a sorcerer.
So, I'm back.
We're on a mission from God. Yes.
And by the way, as you walk through this city, it is active with an abundance of individuals walking about, doing their business. You also see a substantial military presence within the city. Dressed similarly to the individuals you saw previously on the road, though with much more uniformity
Hey,
and less
unsung.
filigree. Light green, standard armor template that they're all wearing. Without a lot of gold or anything on them. Nothing. They definitely look more mundane than the guards, the house guards you saw.
Are they full plate?
Not necessarily. More. It's like a mix. Kind of lighter armors.
Okay. Brigandines, and shit like that.
Aye.
Okay, well anyway, I go into the temple, taking my hood off.
All right. Inside is a large central chamber of worship. You see a couple of lower ranked individuals in the church tending to the structure and the room, like sweeping, cleaning, kind of stuff. It is not a standard time of worship.
I go up to one of them and I say, "Excuse me, I'm looking for Elman."
Hello, sir. A young, teenaged, I don't know the word I would use for I was going to say altar boy, but that has connotations to it.
Acolyte.
Acolyte, yes. A teenaged, kind of young acolyte boy, human. High Priest Elman? Sir,
Yeah.
May I ask who's calling on him?
Friend of a friend, I'm here to pass on a message. It's quite sensitive.
That's... Alright, that's not a lot of information, but I'll take it to him. Moment. Leaves. Goes deeper into the building. Comes back not too long afterwards. Is it only you, or is everybody else coming with you?
I think everybody else is here, wouldn't
Yeah.
they say?
There with him in case
Yeah.
he needs to bail
In
out.
case he needs saving from death.
Till you need to burn down the church.
Hey,
On it.
Listen, I have Viking in me. Don't tempt me.
Well, you would also need to take the golden idols.
Listen, right? I'm just here to raise churches. That's all I'm here for.
Burn the abbey down.
Burn down a few churches, you know.
He comes back out from the side door and walks up to you. He'll see you if you would. He's in the back garden.
Thank you. And may Ella's light shine upon your day. And I walk towards this back garden area.
Nods and then goes back to sweeping.
Like the NPC is just like scoots over a little. Takes a
Well,
second
well, obviously the broom spawns in his hand and then he does the animation.
yeah.
Mr.
You
Spot.
have to like twist around slightly because the animation wouldn't
But
work.
the
otherwise.
broom is just a little bit too far away from the body, so the hands clip.
Need something?
By the way, if you guys have never seen it, look up Tomato Gaming on YouTube and look up his Raven Pirates video. It's the A Raven's Cry, I think it's called. Literally the best thing I've ever seen. I watch it every couple of months because it's perfect with how glitchy I want a game to be with NPCs. You head back towards the back garden area, which is open to the public. It is a secondary worship area for very nice days, etc. And you see just as many acolytes tending to the gardens, making sure everything looks nice. It's very green here. And you see an individual, looks to be of elven descent, in priestly robes, like high priest robes, who has like long white hair and a beard, and is.
An elf, nice.
It can happen. What are you, a bigot? They can have beards.
You some kind of bigot, boy?
Racist?
Whoa. Whoa,
Boy,
no.
we don't take kindly to bigots around here.
Okay.
You're an elf country. No.
No, just bigots in general, because I think it's really funny
So,
hearing that.
yeah. So you see him. He seems to be like tending to a bushel of like flowering flower. Wow, that was redundant. Flowers. Like a bush, a flowering bush.
Would you call it
he's
a
usually
shrubbery?
He's tending to that when you walk up to him. Ow! No, stop. Out. No, out. No, stop. This isn't playing. There you go.
He's like, Dad's playing with me. Oh, fuck you.
No, once I squirted him, he got the hell out of there. That's right. Stop trying to
Little bitch.
cut my arms and my legs. You walk up to him as he is tending to the
Shrubbery.
bushes. Fuck you. He rises slightly and looks over. Now, what would a Inquisitor of Palor need with me? This have something to do with our mutual friend's message she sent last night.
Was it only last night he sent the message?
I misremembered how long you were traveling. A few nights.
Look,
A few nights ago.
Richter gave us the teleport. He might have judged it, you know.
It's true.
All this guy's senile. The one.
Are you my grandson?
No, but I
Yes.
might be.
You've grown, Billy.
And definitely
man,
not me.
I am definitely not your grandson.
I do indeed come.
Here's a chocolate coin.
Brother Richter. Thank you.
No, roll with it. Roll with it. Keep going. Keep going. He actually gave you a chocolate coin. That's the thing now. Yes, and. Come on.
Come on.
You can do it, Mitch.
That you might be able to help me.
I really don't think he can help you.
I don't think he can help anyone anymore.
We're looking to get an audience with. Sorry, that's completely thrown. Are we looking for the second order, or the prince?
It'll be one of the vice princes.
Yes, you wanted to talk to Helsad. Hold on, that's my own handwriting. Haslad.
Yes, we have some very time-sensitive information.
It's probably best you don't tell me the specifics of it. It seems you're not necessarily as, well liked in the organization right now. But Richter is a good friend. So I will help you.
Thank you.
Yes. Haslad is difficult.
Is Haslad the one that passed us? Can I just turn to the?
No,
No,
that's
that was
Heldrick.
That was
Okay.
Eldrick.
H names.
You're gonna notice a theme.
Haslad, Hemlock, Hedrid, Hedwig, Heffelbert.
Hedwig.
Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff is the one who's like the meanest of them all.
Hufflepuff and their
Hilda.
Husslepuff.
A name like that, it's like you think someone's cute and fluffy, and no, it's like that's the
Half these
official
kids on Swiffers.
executioner.
Faux shizzle.
Yeah.
God, that was like the whitest way I could have
The
possibly-
whitest thing I have heard in a long time.
That was the point. Anyway. Also, lovely garden you have. Continues to eat chocolate coin.
Thank you. Haslad, I've given word that somebody will be meeting him eventually. He's quite a stressed individual, so I would warn you not to. You'll figure it out. Don't. He's currently with the rest of his order, housed in the North Gates district to the western side of them, and the eastern side of them to the open fields along the coast. They have an encampment. He specifically he gives you directions to a house that they are quartered in. From.
So is this the first or the second order people?
Oh no, Haslad! Don't mention that to him. Haslad unfortunately was demoted recently. Again, probably shouldn't tell you this. Have another chocolate coin.
I'll take that one.
No, you won't.
It's like, bitch, chocolate.
I grew up on this shit. I like the idea that in the Paylor Church, instead of like those wafers at communion, we have chocolate coins.
You have a chocolate coin with this payload.
Well, the coca plant does require vast sums of light from the sun to grow.
Raise the sun.
Dear God,
Haslad.
please kill me.
Haslad was demoted recently, and he's now part of the command staff of the Fourth Order.
Right.
So, again,
Of course, because the princes have to military service.
he's not a prince.
Oh,
He's just an individual. He is just a person.
okay.
Just a
Connection.
person.
Connection. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's just a person. I was told that you needed to speak to somebody in the government, and you're not from here. Kalan, the dynasty is very military is a part of the government, and it's very important to have inns if you want to talk with anyone of importance in the bureaucracy.
Fantastic. Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Isaac, how long do we have to be here? I'm feeling like.
Oh,
having
lad,
my-
have a
my
chocolate
s-
coin.
My soul is being, I don't know, lightened somehow.
Just wait. Have a chocolate
I'll take
coin. It'll make you
No.
feel better.
Don't
I'll take
want
it.
chocolate coins off strange man.
All right.
I'll take it.
There you go.
Thank you.
this
You don't know where these.
You're
You don't.
also-
You don't know where these are coming from. They're just coming out of
the
his
tip.
sleeve.
Yeah,
That's
it's just
my
the
problem.
Coming out of
Tip
his
of that thing.
sleeve.
Rivallon
Magic-
does the whole cheek thing
magic
in Skyrim
candy.
and looks into his
Magic
inventory.
candy.
Just thousands of chocolate coins and a robe, and that's it.
Thousands of chocolate coins, a robe, and a single gold coin. That's the kind of NPC. That's the kind of NPC that you just go, "What the fuck?" in an old like a CRPG. Just be like, "Come on, this guy. What is his purpose?"
To laugh at you, that's why.
Gold coins
Yeah.
with chocolate coins and one gold coin.
It's best
Then you
part.
They're
figure
all
out
under the
the
same
robes.
thing.
Don't have pockets.
These robes have no carrying capacity. Where are these kept? What's going on? Have a truffle.
And that's why I'm not eating it.
It's like feeding us chocolate coins like a baby bird.
Like a
being fed
motherboard.
by a- Yeah.
I would
Now
suggest
getting
if you
killed
are
on
going
the
to, yeah, I'd suggest if you are going to speak with him, you do it relatively soon. The festivities are going to require the military orders to have quite a bit of their time dedicated to the parade planning.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yes. Also,
we'll
I would warn you, the Palorian Church is not necessarily as strong as it is up in the Empire, but it is a force.
I've just come from Paramin. I think I understand. The church is
No,
not
that's
everywhere.
no. You're mixing those. No, you're opposite of what I said. I'm saying the Palorian Church is well liked and has some pull.
Oh, right.
Maybe
Sorry.
you should. Yes, maybe you should. Well, technically, both of the courses of action for that is exactly the same. You need to. Yes. Down low.
Okay.
Are we done?
Yes. Thank you, and thank you for the chocolate.
No problem.
Looks mildly annoyed she didn't get any chocolate.
Oh, there you go, young lady.
Oh, thank you.
Nom, 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 nom.
That's the poisoned one.
Goodbye.
I'm
Goodbye.
fine, thanks.
Goodbye,
I'm
sir.
leaving. Oh my god.
Okay, that is the strangest NPC I think I've interacted with this entire campaign.
I mean, he is a church. He is a priest of Palor.
Elmond is a very old elf.
Fucking chocolate coins. Okay.
He's a very old
I
elf
mean,
with a lot of
hey.
idiosyncrasies, but he's well liked by
Children.
Oh boy.
Oh god.
I was gonna
Wow.
say that, but I didn't want to implicate, because that's not the implication I'm going for.
He's very
But-
well liked by everybody.
Yes, there you go.
He's the church equivalent of Mole Santa. It's just,
Has connotations.
everything has.
What would you
context.
like for Polmus this year?
To
Merciful
know who
Pale-
killed my family so I can murder them.
Well, you're gonna need a sword for that. Here you go.
I have two.
Oh,
It's
no,
not
hey,
just
And a
Santa.
bow. And
they hand you
several
like
knives.
instead of it being like it's just like a plain silver like steel sword, they hand you like a,
Not a Santa. Here,
here's,
healing.
here's an adamantian sword that's enchanted with fire. Because you've been a
Santa, you can't give a sword to a kid like that. They're gonna hurt themselves. Well, then
Watch
they'll
me.
learn.
Yep.
A valuable lesson will be learned.
But we're out of fucking toys.
We didn't
It's a
make
chocolate
enough.
coin.
Okay, let's go to this other guy.
Stop with the coins.
Oh
Let's
god,
get
I want to die.
Let's get through this. Let's go. Okay.
You did this to me. This is what happens when you break me. This is what happens when you break me, sons of
This is
bitches.
what happens when you destroy my soul, man.
So this is a proper
Alright.
break, Roach, not just what we usually do.
I'm-
Today's
What do you want
live
from me?
stream has been an absolute farce.
Yeah.
I've had some of the highest viewership we've ever had on our D&D stream, though. So there was
Oh,
60
yeah.
people
And-
watching at one point. It was against.
Nice. And then you all wake up back at the forest. This has all been a farce. Good luck.
You've all been
Yes.
dreaming.
So you leave the temple.
We're still in the Temple of Palor. We're under some sort
Oh
of spell.
god.
You never escape.
Don't give him ideas. Fuck.
Oh, no, that's bad writing. You leave the Bright Temple.
Yeah, that's like
And
you
you
watch
were-
an entire season of a famous TV show, and then they go around and go, and this
all a
entire season was a dream.
Yeah.
You
What?
bastards!
Funny enough, that's the entire premise of the last season of Roseanne.
Yeah.
Literally. Literally, she wins the lottery. Oh, that's cool. Everything. Nope. Husband's dead. This is just all a dream.
Yeah.
Yep. If you didn't know, that's
All
the last episode of Roseanne. Turns out it was all just like her writing to for grief because her husband died.
Spoilers.
Yep.
Fucking great.
Spoilers. It came out almost 30 years ago.
And for someone who's never seen Roseanne, Red Moogle, spoilers.
It's not my fault. You were on the street. You were on the street in Stunlass. What do you want to do?
I want to go.
For the
talk
love
to
of
this-
God.
I want to go talk to this guy that we've just been told to go talk to.
What
Right.
time is it?
25 past 10.
What time is it in game?
25 past 10.
25 past 10. It's the afternoon. It's like 1 or 2 o'clock.
Okay.
I suppose
It's
we've got
not anywhere
time.
near night. You do have time. You follow the directions, passing through Ashtown, and heading out near the upper wards. Which, by the way, upper wards, super swanky, like just money, lot of old money in that district, and looming the palace overhead, because the palace is also on a slight hill, which means it's already raised up, but it is a tall building. It's like the if you ever seen like the renditions of the French Bastille in Paris before it was torn down, kind of like that size, but it's a palace. But you pass it, heading back out into the North Gates district and out towards the eastern shore of the peninsula, where you've been told that the Fourth Order is camped, and you head towards the area that your contact is quartered at. And you come across a fairly large building. Must have been somebody well off out here in the North Gates that they have commandeered their home for these officers to live in. It's like 3 stories tall, made of really nice red brick, with a nice yard even in the back. Like it's got some actual distance between other buildings in it. But you head up. You do see it is guarded. There looks to be about 4 guards towards the entrance of the building. What would you like to do?
Okay, I will go up to the guards and introduce myself.
Okay, you go up to the guards. What do you say? How are you introducing yourself? What's your game plan?
Don't you say anything? Because my
What-
game plan would be kill them all.
Ave, I am Proconsul Nexus Scipius Africanus. I am emissary from the Continental Empire. In the name of the Emperor, let me pass.
Mark, do you have the name of the guy that we're looking for in the whole farce of the chocolate coins? I
Hazard?
forgot to write it down.
Haslard.
Hasland.
Hazlitt. Greetings. I'm looking for Hazlitt. I have an arranged meeting with him.
You're an Inquisitor of the Pale or you're in church?
I'm from the Church of Palor.
Right. Sign the book.
Okay.
There's a little notebook that's got like sign in and sign out times and dates on it.
Do we all have to sign that if we're all going in?
Just put the number in your party and your name.
I do so.
Wait here. And then one of the people from the guard detail goes into the building. A couple minutes later, comes back out. He's expecting them. All right. Free to go in.
Thank you. Have a lovely day. And I go inside.
The chocolate coin.
It
burns!
That's good.
It
That's gonna
burns! It's a thing
That's
now.
gonna be shorthand for. That's gonna be shorthand for. Roach hasn't completed making this character's actual
Okay.
write up yet. So
I want-
this is his.
I want-
This is his one trait.
Homebrew cantrip. Here's a chocolate coin.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
Creates
What you don't know is the
sport
chocolate coin
expression.
is actually a key to get into a certain secret part of the underground city.
Don't let it
Ooh.
melt.
I
You walk
breathe
in-
on the chocolate, freezing it.
Yeah, you walk up towards the actual entrance to the place, to the actual building. There is one individual who came out and said that you was the original person that went in to inquire. Second floor, first on the right.
Thank you.
Whatever.
Go in, upstairs. Second.
Upstairs, up a flight of stairs. It is a very nice house. This is somebody's like dream that is now being used to quarter military officers. Yep.
It's like
Yep.
World War
In
II.
fact-
We're just walking through. No, I'm not sure about the one. Ah, there we are. There's a noble on stage.
Actually, make a perception check.
All of us?
Yes.
Does my passive 19 beat it?
Make a perception check.
No, then.
Maybe.
Terrible.
9.
This feels like British marriage.
9.
It's just like.
How?
There it is.
27.
That's better.
You see, as you pass by, you see in the main dining room area / like living kind of like meeting area, a old lady, probably in her like 60s, who is just sipping on tea and is like, you notice it because the clacking between the saucer and the teacup is like so loud, just as her hand shakes, and she looks like to be the person that actually owns this place, from what you'd expect, given the fact that there is a portrait of her at the top of the second flight of stairs.
Is it age or nervousness?
You're gonna guess, given the fact that this is a medieval type setting and she's probably in her late 60s, early 70s, and the average life expectancy is in the low 30s, probably age.
Okay, cool.
Hopefully age.
Probably age. And also given the fact that the portrait definitely shows her as a younger woman, so you can kind of get a gauge of how old she is. Just kind of. But you go towards the room that you were been guided to. It is closed, the doorway. There is no guard.
Knock, knock.
Tap on the door. Come in.
I enter the room.
You enter a room into what looks like a study / bedroom kind of
Student digs.
mix, but it doesn't look like this was made for that. It looks like a bed has been placed in a study.
Right.
There's a little desk, and you see a half-elven man, probably in his probably towards the late of middle age for an elf. Little graying in parts of like right above his ears and like his sideburns, that kind of things, or like upper parts of it. Little gray fox kind of going there. Little disheveled, hasn't shaved in a while. And for an elf, that means he's got some stubble. And
He has a mage beard.
yeah, yeah, or like a little less than this, a little less than what I've got going on now. And his hair is not really kept. And the first thing that kind of hits your senses is just alcohol. Just
Ugh.
really hard booze.
Ah, whiskey.
Like
On a fucking Tuesday afternoon.
like my summer car bottle of booze kind of level.
Yep.
Just if anybody else gets that reference, because I've been replaying that.
Is that a Finnish car making game?
Yeah, which is, by the way, the best game ever made.
Okay. Greetings. My name is Isaac. I'm from the Palorian Church. We have an arranged meeting?
Right. Elman sent you, didn't he?
Yes. What we have is quite sensitive information. Do you mind if we...
You want a drink?
Quite the opposite. Sesh,
All right.
would you...
Sober him up.
Yeah.
What?
I tap him on the shoulder and cast Lesser Restoration.
Okay.
Alcohol.
Hangover.
God.
Alcohol. See, the thing is, alcohol.
Cheers, poisons.
Yeah,
we did say this earlier that works.
You
We
did.
discussed this. So.
We've done that on ourselves, so...
Yep.
After the party, you all did it.
Yeah.
After the...
After the party, when Utari's brother won the thing,
Yes.
and then I was wandering around
Everybody
going,
was fucking dying aside from me.
Isaac, wake up!
We also did it after kebab night as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yep.
fab. It is awesome. and instead he had this really good idea. We were going to get super close and we were going to dress up Arwen and he was going to get into the library.
It was a flawless plan.
It was.
He's never got into them. He's
Right.
never got
Anyway,
into that
so yeah.
goddamn library. Wish you would have warned me about that.
I
Really?
give him. I
Really?
hand him a water skin.
Every time.
I hand him a water skin.
I do apologize.
Yay!
Oh,
You're
boy.
so cute.
Yo.
I don't know if you guys can see it because we got a new collar for him.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if you can see it,
It's a
he's got a bow.
He's got a bow tie on.
Oh.
Well, he's a duke, so he's got to be dressed for his job.
True. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You gotta dress him up
Yeah.
smartly. You know.
Oh, he's so damn cute. We need a
You
kitten.
should buy him a ruff.
If we could have a kitten, we'd already have a kitten.
We'll have to move.
That's true.
I hand Haslid my
Yeah.
water skin.
Takes a drink. Oh, all right,
You were about to
I'm good.
contribute to some very volatile information, and you need to be able to understand it. So I hand him one of the many mission pamphlets that we made up that I've still got.
Just
Boom. Yeah.
Which is our now boom packet of exposition.
yeah.
Oh, really?
He's like, Dad, your fingers. They taste good. Get them off.
He's
I-
teething.
I think by reading this, you'll find it quite obvious that we need to get this information further up.
Give me a minute to read it.
Yes.
You can hang on to the water skin
Alone?
for now as well.
Yep.
Go outside.
We do? No, that's fine.
Yep.
Take the cue. We exit the door.
Rivallon, do you still have one of the weapons?
Divine weapons.
Yeah, they're in my bag.
Oh, the weapons. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes. We have two.
Rivallon's got one in his thing. And then
I've got
yeah.
one. I'm just looking for someone to cut it down for me and fill it with ball bearings instead.
I've got 4,000 ball bearings.
Exactly. I just need to repack the ammo.
Fair.
Making a
And-
blunderbuss because.
No, I don't want a blunderbuss. Stop saying blunderbuss.
Well, it is though.
It's not.
That's what it was before shotguns actually existed, because shotgun denotes.
Yes, and
a
I'm not going to
self-contained
blunderbuss it. It's a one-shot deal. I'm going to wreck the barrel.
Oh. So you're essentially building
You're building a pipe bomb.
Yes.
a claymore. a claymore hand cannon.
Well, no, a
Oh,
claymore's
no.
directionalized. This is a weapon of destruction.
Weapon of
It's
mass
a-
destruction.
A claymore is a strategic weapon. This is made to kill anything.
Yes,
Around it.
indiscriminately.
Yeah, indiscriminate killing.
You see, what I do is I wait until Ustinia's in a big fight with like 6 dudes or something like that, because that's what Ustinia does. And then I throw this thing after lighting the trigger off. It blows up, killing everyone around him. And Ustinia, because he's like so well-odd, just goes.
I realized why he wanted to be in my lap. It's thundering outside.
Oh.
So you're making an IED?
Basically.
Okay,
If it doesn't work the way I want it to,
hang
yes.
on, hold up. That's so jarring.
whiplash! Conversational whiplash.
You kitten, and then IEDs. Okay.
Look at him, he's
If
so
we
cute.
had to have a tagline, cute kittens and IEDs would be a great one.
Welcome to Sleeping Giants Reborn, where you will experience cute kittens
I don't
and
expect
IEDs.
anything less of you guys. Oop, that's a weather warning.
Really?
Oh,
Shit.
That's a tornado warning.
Tornado!
No, that's a tornado warning.
You need to go.
Do you need to go?
Do you need to go to the...
That's a
Bunker?
warning. That's not a watch. I gotta go, guys. I gotta
Okay,
go
so,
upstairs.
go, Roach.
See
be
you later,
safe.
buddy. Okay, guys, we're going to call it there. Roach has got to go, so I'm going to be remote Midge now.
I'll see you guys later.
Thank you, everyone.
later,
Thanks, Roach.
Stay
Thanks
safe,
to
buddy.
Midge Man. Thanks to Shirley and Mikey. Thanks to Tarians, and thanks to me. Bye.
What a crazy night, everybody. We'll be back next week. Cool. Hopefully. Let's see you then. Why is everyone taking my job tonight? Like, well...